Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Atima ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wanama ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu, baby, subramia. Subramia, Suku sunu baby subramia, Suku sunu baby subramia, Suku sunu baby subramia, Ejemo, Anamana, Ejemo, Anamana, Wanamejemo, Anamu, Paratuba dodiri chukuma, tukutuba dodiri ndemo, Eguma wego. Paratuba dodiri chukuma, tukutuba dodiri ndemo, Obodo jisike nubo seruna, Oyibo.
It is everyone, befere,
Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Asima ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wanama ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu baby subramia, Suku sunu baby subramia, Suku sunu baby subramia, Suku sunu baby
Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just have to act like you are drunk, like you are crazy. Confuse your enemies, confuse them.
Oh, that's yeah, we mo. Yeah, we mo. Oh, that's yeah, we mo. No basa ega ponto mo. Iye de gugeme. Okwitara kara mi nguru ma mi ga kwuru mu gwo ya baby mo. Abe Maria.
Why feeling?
Ayandaba. Soko sunu baby subaramia. Soko sunu baby subaramia.
Ase kwa nefo jabani si akuna nyego mkambasi ozo. Since I was born, but now I am getting youth. Akuna motangu akuna koga book.
All right, all that. So since he was born and now he's getting, he should be older. No. If we want to be grammatically picky, then it should be since I was born and now I am getting older. You know, so you get older now. You don't get old. You get older. So good day to you. Good to be in your company and all that. You know, this is going to be essentially a gisting session. I wasn't even intended to come out, and then I intended to come out, and now I'm out. You know, so I was going to actually just leave today as well, but because I didn't come out yesterday, I thought to come out today. So here I am. So if you notice, the headline still remains the same. So it's a carryover from the session we should have had yesterday, but better late than never. But you'll be the judge of that after the session. Then you can say better late than never. Good day to you. Good to be in your company and all that. Good day to you. Good to be in your company. And how are you? How are you? Hope you're having a gloriously wonderful day so far. And I hope the day gets better for being in the company of your favorite Oyo Alaafin man, which of course is me. I am your favorite Oyo Alaafin man. So all that, the protocol remains the same. Click on the like button. Just as soon as I invite you to do so, do so. Click on the like button. If you are not already subscribed, please subscribe. So like and subscribe. We need numbers going up. We always need numbers going up. So like and subscribe. If you want to come and join me on the screen, come in via the hyperlink that says StreamYard. It's right there. It's the first line item in the comment section. So if you feel inclined, if you feel like if you feel conversational, if you feel you want to have a bit of a chat, then click on that hyperlink that says StreamYard. There's no stress on it, by the way. No stress, no strain. Only if you feel inclined. You know, we've had sessions in the past. I do my opening monologue. There is nobody in the studio. We say good night, and then we do the next one the next morning. And so there is no pressure to come on. The conversation is always good, but only if you want to participate. You know, so there's no obligation to come on, but you are strongly invited to. Pardon me. So yes, click on like, click on subscribe, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. Share the links just as widely as you can. Super chat. I'm not even ask you to super chat to the stream. Nobody does that anymore. So what do? We can't. You know, you have to super chat, but you seem not to want to. So that's fair enough. But certainly like, share, subscribe, and click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard. Come join me. Say hello to me in the comment section so I can acknowledge your presence. Say hello back. That's Lato Rich right there. Maybe one of these days I'll run into Lato Rich in Abbeywood. It's been a while since and it's only 20 minutes away from me. I live in Dartford, as you know, Lato Rich, you know. Yeah, so it's only about 20, but I've had no cause to go to Abbeywood. I cannot recall the last time I was in Abbeywood. But So that's Lato Rich right there saying hello woman, greetings from Abbeywood. So say hello to me. Let me know where you're joining us from. Then I'll acknowledge your presence. Say hello back. It says, one man, I like this style. Oh, okay, so you mean the easy and relaxed style. So that's certainly the platform continues to evolve, you know, but the evolution is so subtle you may not notice it. You may notice that the formatting has somewhat changed, you know. And the one thing that I want us to move away from as well is the sort of street fighting element of the streams. I want us to move away from that. I still want the conversation to be robust and punchy. So you throw one, I throw one back, but in a more elegant and a more organized manner. Not people cutting each other up, overlapping, three people talking at once. I know that we want to subtly weed out that chaos and have it more streamlined while still maintaining the core essence of the platform. So that's the next trick now, you know, to streamline it while still maintaining its potency and its pungency. Is that the right phraseology? Potent and pungent. Is pungent not a smell, but oh, I'm always in Erith actually. Oh, well done. If you see me in Erith, you see me going into the African shop often. Yes, that's where we get our daily. There's never a time that I'm not in that African shop buying one thing or the other, you know. So yeah, because yeah, if you say you see me in Erith, then you do, because I cannot recall a day that I'll be in Erith tomorrow again. So I'm always there picking up one thing or the other. So yeah, if you say you see me in Erith, just say hello, you know. Don't worry about being on my mommy. We're all on my mommy now until we grow up. Now we are daddies now. We are no longer, you cannot be a daddy and still be a normal mommy now. So where was I? Yes, like I said, it's going to be a free-floating, free and easy sort of a session. Come as you are, bring your own drinks, that sort of vibe. So we're just gisting. And do you remember when people used to say words like chillaxing? You know, do you remember that phrase, chillaxing? So it's a hybrid between chilling and relaxing. So we're just chillaxing. You get my drift. I was not running back on, but now, you know, like that song says, once I was younger, now I'm getting old. But so all that. So shall we just get started? Enough of me waffling on. So you can see from the headline, there was a curious encounter between Aisha Buhari and what's it called, Atiku Abubakar in Saudi Arabia. So now Atiku Abubakar released the images of that encounter, but then of course there is no smoke without fire. We cannot just say it's a casual encounter. There has to be a political underbelly to it. There has to be. Let me see if I can bring it up. Let's remove that. All right, there has to be a political underbelly to it. And by the way, sorry, can we see the likes and subscribes? By the way, let me remove that. Actually, let's see likes and subscribes as we are pushing on. At least the likes and subscribes are free. I'm not pushing you aggressively for super chats, but I am pushing you aggressively. I need at least 50 new subscribers, even in the course of this stream. This casual, free, easy stream, I need 50 subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed, please do. So this is the headline piece. So let's just get this out of the way. There's no smoke without fire. Do you understand? And in this season that we're in now, there is nothing like a casual encounter. Aisha Buhari, daughter, others visit Atiku in Saudi Arabia, details emerge. Aisha Buhari and her daughters and others visit Atiku in Saudi Arabia. So, I mean, you know, Atiku Fulani, Aisha Buhari Fulani, Atiku promoting and propelling a Fulani hegemonic politics towards 2027. Because the narrative of Atiku Abubakar is all about Fulani and religion. And that is what he is pushing. And what is the preeminent family within that structure is the Buhari family. So the Buhari was the patriarch of the Fulani, hegemony. Let me put it that way. Buhari was the patriarch of the Fulani hegemony within the Nigerian structure. Now he is dead, but the wife then occupies still, so she still carries some of the luster and the respect and the allure of that name. So she's now the preeminent Buhari person, Aisha Buhari, and she still carries some of the cachet that her husband carries in terms of their positioning within the Fulani political structure. Do you understand? So Aisha Buhari is very much a very powerful woman, especially within the within the Fulani oligarchical structure. She's very powerful. So her now aligning herself, and this is not an alignment, by the way, we'll get to that in a moment, but her showing face alongside Atiku Abubakar, that sends a signal of its own. So that is why this is so important. We're breaking Aisha Buhari, daughter, others visit Atiku in Saudi Arabia, details emerge. Aisha Buhari, wife of, sorry, let me actually put up notice that we're after 50 new subscribers. That's like to reach right there. At least somebody brought their wallet. It's quite a thing, actually, that nobody super chats. I wonder why people don't super chat the stream. It's quite, anyway, it doesn't really matter. But let me put this up, though, so people see this. Let me put Lato reach up first, and then in a moment I'll put that up. So we're after 100 new subscribers, but 50 in the course of this session. If you're not already subscribed, please do like and subscribe. So where were we? So Aisha Buhari, daughter, others visit Atiku in Saudi Arabia. Details emerge. Aisha Buhari, wife of former President Muhammadu Buhari, her daughter Hanan, and other family members visited Vice President Atiku Abubakar in Saudi Arabia. So there it is right there. In fact, we don't really need more than just this singular paragraph, because this paragraph now tells you all you need to know. They'll go on to give you the reasons why, but this paragraph already tells you the politics in play. Aisha Buhari, the wife of former President Muhammadu Buhari, her daughter Hanan, and other family members visit former President Atiku Abubakar in Saudi Arabia. As Atiku said, just like himself, Aisha and her family are in the kingdom on a lesser Hajj. So that's the image right there. So unmistakably, it was Atiku that actually put out this image. So that's Atiku Abubakar right there sitting. If you notice, there's always some sort of a hierarchical structuring to the Fulani sort of hegemonic something. When the head of whichever community, he always sits higher than anyone else. So you'll notice that Atiku sits high up, and then because of the deference of this is their form of deference to respect. This is their deference to show respect within the Fulani culture. So you see Atiku sitting right there on the sofa, and then you see that the other two, so we are assuming that the people in white, the Atiku's people, so you see that the other two, they are sitting slightly lower than Atiku. So that's the equivalency of an Idobale in Yoruba land. So that's the Fulani equivalency of an Idobale. So that shows you a patriarch right there, and the people that subordinates to his patriarchy. So that's the patriarch sitting up high, and those are the people subordinating to his patriarchy. So if you look right here, then so that's in the purple or lilac, which however you're choosing to term it, where I'm circling now, that's the unmistakable face of Aisha Buhari. Of course, this face also very similar to Aisha Buhari, so that tells you that that's a family member. But similar to Atiku Abubakar, you see that she's sitting on a sofa, sitting up high, and then the other ones, that's the daughter right there, and that one will probably be her sister. They look so similar in physical features. So that's Aisha Buhari right there, where I'm circulating my thing. She's sitting on the sofa, sitting up high, and then the other two people that are in her company, that are part of her entourage, they are sitting slightly lower to her, which is to show their subordination to her matriarchy. So that's a matriarchy right there, and that's a patriarchy right there. So what does that tell you? These are two houses coming together to form some sort of alliance. That's really an interpretation that you might choose to conclude. So let me take it from top again. Aisha Buhari, daughter, others visit Atiku in Saudi Arabia. Details emerge. Aisha Buhari, the wife of former President Muhammadu Buhari, her daughter Hanan, and other family members visited former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in Saudi Arabia. Atiku said, just like himself, Aisha and her family are in the kingdom on a lesser Hajj. The visit is coming months after the death of Muhammadu Buhari in a London hospital 2025. The leader of the African Democratic Congress, ADC coalition, announced Aisha's visit via his X handle at Atiku on Friday, February the 6th, 2026. I am honored to host Hajiya Aisha Buhari, wife of former President Muhammadu Buhari, her daughter Hanan, and other family members during their visit to me in Saudi Arabia. Like me, the former First Lady and her family are in the kingdom on a lesser Hajj. So there it is right there. Nigerians react as Aisha Buhari visits Atiku Abubakar while the so this is one contributor. This one calls himself Idris Senator. So this one calls himself Idris Senator. While the pilgrimage is a personal spiritual matter, it is hard not to notice the display of political and social prestige, even abroad. Leaders and their family must remember that humility and service so I'm not quite sure where that one is going right there. It says, while the pilgrimage is a personal spiritual matter, it is not hard to notice the display of political and social prestige, even abroad. Leaders and their family must remember that humility and service at home matters just as much as ritual performed overseas. So I'm not quite sure where that one is going there. But this one here, it says that that's how you will sit in one place with the country being big man. This is extremely old leadership. I don't think any of these commentators or actually understand what's being signaled. So what's being signaled by this image, what Atiku is sending out is that the Fulanis are coming together. And Aisha, as she makes that visit, she knows what the interpretation would be. So she must have gotten some sort of authorization within the Buhari sphere of influence that the alignment is with Atiku Abubakar. So that's the interpretation right there. It's nothing to do with lesser hard or privilege or whatever it is that all these characters are saying. So here is Atiku on his Instagram, on his Twitter handle. So that's Atiku's Twitter handle right there at Atiku Abubakar and all that. I was honored, etc., etc. So we've already read that, and that is the image he put out. So that's that. So that's that. Also, that's the alignment. That's the realignment of politics taking shape right before your eyes. So the alignment and realignment of politics are taking shape right before your eyes. All right. Shall we go on from that to the next one? So now let me show you this. And tell me in the comment section if you can hear the audio. By the way, we sometimes struggle with audio when we're playing some of these clips. So tell me in the comment section if you can hear the audio. So whisper it quietly, but a lot of massive progress is being made on the Sokoto Badagry Superhighway. Similar to Lagos Calabar Superhighway, A lot of progress is being made there. Not a lot of people are paying attention. But when the grand announcement takes place now, they'll say, oh, they're still telling you it's Lamba is a scam. It's a Lamba is a scam, but look at just how many kilometers has been covered. Tell me if you can hear the audio of this. All right. Although I'm not sure they should be putting street lights or no audio. Okay, you can't hear the audio. So you don't really need the audio anyway. So it tells you all you need to know. So that's the progress report on the Sokoto Badagry Superhighway. I was just going to suggest that it's never a good idea to put street lights in roads in the north. What's the point? It won't take them 5 seconds to take it down and sell it for scraps. You know what they're like in the north now. They're like barbarians over there. Let's hold on. Sorry. You know what I mean. I didn't want to call them barbarians, but you know what I mean. Anyway, you know what the northerners are like. You only have to take civilization to them in small dosages. They cannot handle heavy laden civilization. So you have to feed it to them in small dosages. You know, because that thing did not play the audio, so I'm going to have to download some of the things that I intended to play to you. So let me do this. So how have you guys been? What's been going on? What's been going on in your lives? Do you people even have lives? Do you have a life? Let me say, I don't think I have much of a life, but do you have a life? Actually I do have much of a life actually. Let me not say that about myself. Kiloman, so you know, so let's do that. Why is this thing not downloading? What's going on here? What's going on here? According to Daddy, what's going on here? Oh, it doesn't contain a video. That's probably why. Let me see. There's one particular thing that I wanted to show you. So let me look for it. There's one. This one I wanted to show you. So let me download this one and then I'll go to the next readout and then upload it once it's done. Yes, this one. All right. So that's that. All right. All right. Oh, okay. Let's go on from that to the next one. So this now next piece right here, this one will cut through the heart of the obedience like knife through butter. This now next readout, this now next item is going to cut through the heart of the obedience like knife through butter. Tinubu to embark on a 2-day UK state visit, first by a Nigerian president in 37 years. So I think who would have been the last one then? Because a state visit is that the Britain will roll out all of his red carpet in welcome. That is it. A head of state visiting another sovereign country. That's what a state visit is. This one will really jar the senses of the obedience space. Tinubu to embark on 2-day UK state visit, first by a Nigerian president in 37 years. President Bola Tinubu is to embark President Bola Tinubu is set to embark on a 2-day visit to the United Kingdom on March the 18th. Buckingham Palace announced. So this is actually coming from the palace even, not Aso Rock. So this one will really jar their senses. President Bola Tinubu is set to embark on a two-day state visit to the United Kingdom on March the 18th, Buckingham Palace has announced. In a statement on Saturday, the Royal Communications team said Tinubu's trip is at the behest of King Charles. So at the behest, for you that don't understand English to that level, it means at the invitation of. So it's actually even the Brits that are begging him to come. So they've seen all the razzmatazz that is going on with Tinubu, and they want a little bit of that. So I think the obedience space will find that quite upsetting actually, because of course that's good news for Nigeria, and the one thing that they don't like is anything that is good news to Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu is set to embark on a 2-day state visit to the United Kingdom, March the 18th, Buckingham Palace. Sorry, is somebody texting me? All right. So Buckingham Palace announced. So do we need much more from that? The president will be accompanied by his wife, Oluremi. It is the first state visit to the United Kingdom by a Nigerian leader in 37 years. The last 3 Nigerian state visits to the United Kingdom were in 1973 by Yakubu Gowon, 1981 by Shehu Shagari, and 1989 by Babangida. So I think Tinubu will actually be the first democratically elected president to visit the United Kingdom. So that is to acknowledge just the advancement in democracy that Nigeria has achieved. The last 3 Nigerian state visits to the United Kingdom were in 1973 by Yakubu Gowon, 1981 by Shehu Shagari, and 1989 by Ibrahim Babangida. The King Charles, then Prince of Wales, visited Nigeria in 1990, 1999, 2006, and 2018. This will not be the first meeting between Tinubu and King Charles, both of whom assumed office in May 2023. Tinubu met the British monarch in November 2023 ahead of the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai, United Arab Emirates Kingdom. The Nigerian president called the meeting a significant step in strengthening the partnership between both countries. In September 2024, the king received Tinubu at Buckingham Palace for a private meeting. Bayo Ononuga, presidential spokesperson, said both leaders discussed global and regional matters of shared priority, focusing on the urgent and complex challenges of climate change. So it will be pomp and pageantry. That's usually how that. So the whole of the royal guards will be rolled out. So the whole of the royal guards will be rolled out, and it will be all glamour and glitz. So, so that one should really upset a few people, shouldn't it? Especially the people that hate anything progressive being attributed to that country. I don't quite know why they find it upsetting. Do you know that they are now slaughtering the narrative of Trump acknowledging Remi Tinubu? So that one seems to, they're all over TikTok crying over that one. That maybe God will punish her. God will punish Trump too. For how many people there they will say, oh, Kwara is, Kwara now seems to be the go-to something. How many people were quiet in Kwara? They didn't notice Kwara, and then they do Kwara. So that's what's going on with those bunch Do you know what I heard today for the first time in a long time? So here is the same news actually being reported on the BBC. Charles to host Nigeria's first Charles to host Nigeria's first UK state visit in 37 years. So this is being reported. This is from the BBC now. So don't worry about it. It's all done. Look at that. He personally invited Tinubu because he wants to shake hands on some oil, something or the other. I wonder. It says the visit comes at a time of improving diplomatic and economic links between the United Kingdom and Nigeria, with trade between the two worth over £8 billion in the year to October. So in the year to October, what does that even mean? Yes, from January to October, 8 billion pounds worth of trade. It says that this makes the African nation one of the United Kingdom's most important partners in the continent. In 2024, the two countries signed a new trade and investment partnership designed to expand opportunities for businesses. So I think this is to counterweight the. So this was the last state visit of a Nigerian president to the United Kingdom. So this is what it will look like. So this is exactly what a state visit looks like. This is a Babangida, of course, and that is the Queen right there. This was in 1989. So all of those pomp and pageantry, you expect them to be rolled out for Tinubu, and that's what they go there for anyway, for the photo opportunities. So that's that. That one should really jar the senses of the obedience no end. That one will really upset them. Our Kenny Money, is it Kenny Money? Over Yoruba or look after our people, Kenny Money. Our Ota Loswaju, I think that's the one that captures the Ota Loswaju, there now, So sorry, I'm saying all these things because I'm trying to upload some stuff to show you guys. So just give me 1 microsecond. Let's do that and do that. All right. Okay. So we go on from that to what else do we have? What else do we have? Oh, the Americans are running commentaries on what happened in Kwara State. Look at that. Just the lack of humanity of these Fulanis is quite a thing, US announces, US not announces, but denounces, US denounces horrific Kwara killings, endorses Tinubu's security response. So what is Tinubu's security response? And are we now being supervised by the Americans? Is that what is going on? So what business is there? What's their business with either what happens in Kwara or how the government responds? And it's not even a Christian community, by the way, that was savaged by the Fulani savages. The United States has condemned the deadly attack on Woro and Nuku communities in Kayama, local government area of Kwara State, as conflicting casualty figures continue to emerge. While the Nigerian police force said it's well in excess of 75 people, so they should just abandon that narrative. While the Nigerian police force said 75 people were pied in the assault, local sources and international observers have placed the death toll much higher. In a statement posted on X on Friday, the U.S. mission in Nigeria described the incident as horrific, saying more than 160 people were feared dead, with many still unaccounted for. There's actually a narrative. There's a narrative about what actually happened in that Kwara community. Apparently, allegedly, when those people got there, they separated the women from the men, and the people that were pied were the men. So that tells you then the other half of the story that you may not know. But that's what's been that's what people are saying actually happened there. It says, while the Nigerian police force said 75 people were killed in the assault, local sources and international observers have placed the death toll much higher. In a statement posted on X, the U.S. mission in Nigeria described the incident as horrific, saying more than 160 people were found dead, with many still unaccounted for. The United States condemns the horrific attack in Kwara State in Nigeria, which claimed the lives of more than 160 people, with the death toll still unconfirmed and many still unaccounted for. We express our deepest condolences to the family of those affected by this senseless violence. The U.S. also welcomes President Bola Tinubu's directive to deploy security forces to the affected communities. We welcome President Tinubu's order to deploy. You know, I really detest this. It's almost as though we are now being supervised by the. If you don't do your homework, I will give you a flogging. Is what is going on. I mean, it's just ridiculous now. Who invited your commentaries and who needs your endorsement on what we do in our own country? The condemnation adds to earlier reactions from the United Nations and Turkey. Following the attack, Tinubu ordered the deployment of an army battalion to the community and approved the creation of a new military command to oversee the operations. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, also directed immediate deployment of tactical and intelligence teams to the community, etc., to restore calm. So it's not a matter of restoring calm now. It's a matter of preventing these things. But there it is right there. So that's what's happened there. No, this one will really tickle you. This next one here, it will really tickle you. It tickled me. This next one will really tickle you. Let me bring it to you. Former Nigerian president's daughter declares bid for governorship in Southwest State. So I'm not going to read this to you immediately, actually. I want you to guess in the comment section who the former president is and which state it is. So I'll play you a couple of clips, then we'll come back to it. But stay with that headline. Tell me who you think we're talking about here and which state. Breaking: former Nigerian president's daughter declares bid for governorship in Southwest State. So who's the former president and which state are we talking about? So let me play you a clip, then I'll tell you after who we're talking about.
Clause 60. Yes, Senator Manguno.
Mr. President, distinguished senators, my name is Mohamed Tahir Manguno. I represent Barunet Senatorial District. Mr. President, I propose that instead of using the word transmission, we should retain what is in the existing word extant law, which is transfer.
Any seconder?
Yes, second.
Yes, DSP.
I second.
Okay.
Didn't hear what he said.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Those in support say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Can we go to... I hope you heard what they said. Clause 61.
Right. I hope you paid attention to that, actually, because there's a distinction between transfer and transmission. I think we touched on it yesterday. And Nigeria does not have the facility for transfer of electronic results. We don't. Even on these streams, you see when people join us from Nigeria, how they struggle. You see how Ekene struggles, and it's in Lagos, just to connect to us. When Jide comes, you see how he struggles. So we don't have the connectivity for a real-time transference of election results, or yes, transmission of election results. So it has to be by transfer. So now, you know, when people talk about Biafra, I'll read you this article in a moment, but can people continue guessing who we're talking about? You know, when people talk about Biafra, when the Southeasterners talk about Biafra and other people laugh at them, do you know why people laugh at them? Because people know that they don't really aspire to any form of Biafra. You know, the last thing that a Southeasterner wants is Biafra. And that is why people laugh at them, because their actions, it never mirrors their words. So that's why people laugh when the Southeasterners tell us they want Biafra. So why am I saying that? Watch this. This will shed a little bit of light on what I'm saying.
Guys, people made a go Lagos. See as people hang for moto. See as people hang for luxurious bus. See as people full luxurious bus for Enugu, they go Lagos. See people for bus, people hang. This bus go reach so. People don't pack come up for Southeast so. People don't pack come up for Southeast so.
And that is exactly why people laugh when these people say they want Biafra. They don't want Biafra now. They want to live a civilized life. And that is why they escaped to Yoruba land. They want to live a civilized life. That's really what they want. The only people that actually want Biafra are the Yorubas. There's nobody else in Nigeria that wants Biafra apart from the Yorubas. So let me read you this. Our former Nigerian president's daughter declares bid for governorship in Southwest State. I think a lot of you would have guessed already. Where are we? Yes, Professor Iyabo Obasanjo. So that's the daughter of. It gets even more delicious as we continue to read it. Professor Iyabo Obasanjo, daughter of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, has declared her intention to contest the 2027 Ogun State governorship election on the platform altogether now of the All Progressive Congress APC. So this is it's very much deja vu. It's very much akin to the narrative of Atiku Abubakar's son campaigning for Tinubu. This is the daughter of the guy that is trying to put a ticket together of an Obi Kwakwanso in order to wrestle Tinubu out of power. And as much faith as his own daughter has in his own mission, this is her response. She is begging Tinubu for a ticket for Ogun State. So it's just too delicious, the Nigerian political space sometimes. Former Nigerian president's daughter declares bid for governorship in Southwest State. Oh yes, let's take it from Professor Iyabo Obasanjo, daughter of former President Olusegun Obasanjo, has declared her intention to contest the 2027 Ogun State governorship election on the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC. The former senator made the declaration on Saturday during an interactive program on Eagle 7 Sports Radio hosted by Nigerian footballer Olusegun Odegbami. So it was on Olusegun Odegbami's program that she announced it. Her announcement marks a major return to active politics after about 15 years away from the political scene. Our correspondent earlier reported that Professor Obasanjo recently rejoined the APC ahead of the 2027 general elections. Sources confirmed that she participated in the APC e-registration exercise in Ibogun Ward 11 in the Ifo local government area of Ogun State, formally sealing her membership of the ruling party. Professor Obasanjo previously represented Ogun Central Senatorial District 2007 to 2011 and also served as Commissioner of Health or for Health in Ogun State. So there it is. She lost her re-election to Senator Gbenga Obadara of the then Action Congress, ACN. Following her defeat, she relocated to the United States, where she pursued an academic career and rose to the rank of professor in epidemiology. Speaking during the radio interview, the former lawmaker said her decision to return to politics was driven by sustained pressure from supporters. As I told you, a group of people who I did not bring together and did not form have been working for about 2 years now. They started talking to me about a year ago, saying, "We think you are the best candidate. We want you back," she said. She said the encouragement convinced her to re-enter politics and seek higher responsibility. Professor Obasanjo explained that returning to the People's Democratic Party (PDP), where she last contested, was not an option due to what she described as internal turmoil. She disclosed that although the African Democratic Congress (ADC) was considered, the party was not fully organized. The people who reached out to me and worked for my return are now in the APC, she said. I made wide consultations before deciding, and I think APC is my natural home. I don't have animosity towards anyone in the party, and I feel comfortable with the actors I know there. She added that she felt more confident and at ease in the APC than any other political party. Professor Obasanjo made it clear that she is not interested in returning to the Senate or taking up any appointive positions. I'm not going to be commissioner. I am not going back to the Senate. The only thing I'll come back to do is the governorship. And we have started that journey. We are going to see through. Can you imagine if she goes on and wins? She's very unlikely to win, of course. But can you imagine if she goes on? She's even unlikely to get the APC ticket. But can you imagine? Obasanjo Yabo being the governor of Ogun State and her father living there in Ota. I wonder now. She described her ambition as She described her ambition as serious and deliberate, signaling the start of what is expected to be a keenly contested race for the Ogun State governorship in 2007. Previously, correspondents reported that Professor Iyabo Obasanjo, daughter of former Nigerian president, she's not reportedly joined the APC now. She did it in open glare. So, because when they say reportedly, it's a speculative thing that there's a possibility that that might not be the case. But she did have registration openly, and she's also made the announcement publicly. So what's the reportedly there still? So that's that. That's Iyabo Obasanjo right there. What else do I have for you? Let me send the link again. I think I think that's round about all we have actually. Let me send the link again. If anybody wants to come in. Let's see. Where's the link? All right. So that's that. What else do I have? Yes, the demonstrations going on. Aisha Yesufu and a band of miscreants constituting a nuisance all over the place. Do you want to have a look at that? Video claims crowd chant against Tinubu at Abuja Mosque. So this is apparently, allegedly, is unconfirmed, of course, because when you read this now, it's totally, there is no substance to it at all. It says the video captured worshippers dispersing after Friday prayers during the wedding Fatiha for 9 children of Minister Bello Matawale, attended by governors and leaders. Claims portrayed the chants as direct rejection of Tinubu over economic hardship and INEC chairman Yakubu's removal, but no audio confirms it. Tinubu is not visible, and major outlets report no such incident. So they don't have it on audio. Nobody else is reporting it. So it's just made up nonsense, as always is the case with this. Oh, let me show you this image. I think a lot of you may have seen it, but if you've ever had any doubt as to what is going on in America, have no further doubts. This is exactly what is going on in America. So that's what is going on in America right there, the United States. On your screen right there is a tweet put out by Donald Trump. You can see it right there. I think a lot of you have already seen this anyway. I think it's even a video, isn't it? Can somebody actually send me this video if they have it? It says Donald Trump, and this is the video right here. The still was captured by Bernie Sanders. Trump posted a disgustingly racist video depicting the Obamas as apes. So I thought racism had moved past just the crude, rudimentary something of calling people apes. But then, of course, Trump is an 80-something-year-old man, so he's still old school racist. I thought racism was a lot more subtle and a lot more nuanced than just calling people apes now. Trump posted a disgustingly racist video depicting the Obamas as apes. Are my Republican colleagues going to continue to bend the knee to a racist, authoritarian president who wants the American people to bow down before him? So that this is actually something that happens, shocking as it is. That is what's going on in the that's what is going on in the United States. Is there anything else I have for you? Like I said, it's just a gisting session. Let me play. Oh, okay. There's one clip actually that I wanted to play you. If you want me to play you, it's by some Igbo person, but what is said, it might not be to the liking of the Igbo people. But if you want me to play it, tell me you want me to play it, then I'll play it. Do you want me to play it? If you have 10 seconds, if you don't tell me to play it, then I won't play it. All right, you don't want me to play it, then I won't play it. All right, so I'll play the Kegite music, then the link is in the comment section. If anybody wants to come in, come in. First, we play the Kegite music, and then we'll see if we're having a session of that.
Only water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro keke elemu ye o. Ide shodi ya kekere elemu re o. Bobby master kekere elemu re o. Chief Latif kekere elemu re o. Eruku lele elemude. Eruku lele egbe elemudodo jare o. Eruku lele Ghana ti de egbe body o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o òdìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o òdìlé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o òdìlé o. Petrosodunke ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ òdìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Ikuko Neru Agweshe, may death have nothing to do with us. Joining us, War Peace. So War Peace, you there? They will. And they will War Peace. War Peace once. War Peace twice. Can anyone hear me? I don't think we have War Peace. So I think we may just bag and target. War Peace, are you there? This is the 1P. War Peace, are you there? All right. We don't appear to have War Peace. So I'll play you one clip, and then if nobody turns off, then we just shut it down. Let me play you this clip. This is it's nothing rancorous. It's not something that should rankle, but it only really speaks truth to power.
Yoruba people are so ahead of everybody right now in Nigeria, politically, economic. Your Yoruba
Let's
people
try
are
again.
so ahead of everybody right now in Nigeria, politically, economically, spiritually, religiously, tech, music, name it, entertainment, media, exposure, medically, fitness, population is like total dominance, bro. Like Yoruba people is doing to Nigeria what Man City is doing to England. Total dominance. They win the league every year. Total dominance in areas that matter. In areas that matter, total dominance.
So that was that guy right there telling us. I'll play it again. Actually, listen to what he's saying. I think some of you may have missed it. It's telling us essentially that the Yorubas are by far and a clear distance ahead of everybody in Nigeria by all of the metrics that life is measured by. So that is what he's saying. So let me play it again. It's only 40 seconds, and then I'll tell you just exactly why I am playing it.
Yoruba people are so ahead of everybody right now in Nigeria, politically, economically, spiritually, religiously, tech, music, name it, entertainment, media, exposure, medically, fitness, population is like total dominance, bro. Like Yoruba people is doing to Nigeria what Man City is doing to England. Total dominance. They win the league every year. Total dominance in areas that matter. In areas that matter, total dominance.
So that guy right there, you heard him now. The Yorubas are pretty much all of the spheres of life, sphere SPHRHERE spheres, all of the spheres of life that life is measured by. The Yorubas are pretty much they're clear distance ahead of everybody. We know educationally they are, even though now educationally, I think the Southeasterners are catching up aggressively, if not even overtaking the Yorubas somewhat. But historically, educationally, the Yorubas are miles ahead of everybody in Nigeria. We all know that. In terms of the power structurings of Nigeria, even when the Yorubas are not in power, they're the underpinnings of power. Do you understand? The only time that the Yorubas did not underpin power was under Goodluck Jonathan, and very very quickly that fell apart. So in terms of wealth, they're wealthiest people, even for all that the Northerners stole. They're not anywhere near as wealthy as the Southwesterners, and in terms, but where I disagree with that guy is that he's narrowing it to Nigeria. If you look at it if you look at the data, what the data tells us is that the Yorubas are the preeminent people amongst the black race, because they're the most successful Nigerians, the most advanced Nigerians, and Nigerians are by far and a clear distance the most advanced of the black race, which by extension then makes the Yorubas the preeminent black people globally by clear distance, more so than the Americans, anybody else. But there it is. It wasn't even me saying it. It was that our brother there. Baba, you've come to the rescue. I was about to bail.
Just to hold the fort for others to
Yeah.
come in, actually, but I will still take my time. I hope your weekend is going well. And the
Yes, it's going well,
commentary.
but Baba, it might all end up just a short little easy session. I have no anticipation, but let's see how it goes. Carry on.
Okay. People of the commentariat, I salute you. Ayo, Mutuekio, Ireo, and Chi, Laturich, and others, I salute you too. Trust your weekend is going well, and the people, our esteemed viewers, I hope you've clicked the like button, and those that have not subscribed, please do so. And I think this Aisha, Buhari, and Atiku move when two political heads of two political family meets, it's beyond what meets the ordinary eye, actually. Don't take that meeting for just on the surface. It's deeper than that. Deeper than that, actually. It's a political move because from the grapevine, actually, we've been hearing that because of the, I will call it political heckling of Baba OBJ, Atiku has become vexed and may actually go to another party or indeed negotiate himself out of the 2027 elections and align with Ashiwaju if he's guaranteed that come sunshine, come rain in 2031, he will be helped into the presidency. Whether he's 85 years or 90 years old, it doesn't matter. So this could be one of those moves they are making because Aisha is still a resident of.
Are you suggesting that she's there as an emissary for Jagaban?
Exactly, or Jagaban's wife, because Aisha is still in Asu Rock. Is a how do I put it? He has the ears of Asu Rock, particularly the first lady. As how did Trump describe her? Remind me again, please.
A very respectable woman.
Exactly,
yes.
a respected woman. Our first lady. She could be an emissary because she's highly political too. So, but let's watch and see because this Yabo also coming out to say, okay, I'm for APC, but I don't want Senate. I don't want to be a commissioner. I want to be governor. Is there something going on? Because some people since 2023 have been suspicious of Baba OBJ. That all
Baba,
this, yes, sir.
please wait. What you just said now, you said he might be going to meet Atiku on behalf of the
Asu
president.
Rock. Let's put it, say Asu
Yeah,
Rock.
on behalf of Asu Rock. As for me, before you continue your stories,
Speculation.
as for me, I don't like that move. I don't like that kind of politics. I know politicians they play politics, and the reason why I'm solidly behind Asiwaju is not for him to play politics. I don't see him as somebody playing politics at this moment. I see Asiwaju as somebody who is handling the politics politicking aspect and also putting his goodwill for Nigerians. And now, if you are suggesting that, is it not a is it not a time bomb for him to have arranged all these um, spectaculars and the things that we are praising right now? Though some people don't even see it, those who are seeing it, they are seeing it. Is it not a time bomb in the future for them to be having such secret plans, or they just want? First of all, I don't think he is. I don't think he is afraid of Atiku to be winner in this coming election. Neither Obi nor Atiku. So if that is aside, so why will he make such, Asiwaju is somebody who will make his promises and he will not go back on it. If you are suggesting that they want to maneuver him and say, okay, whether you are 89, 90 years old, we're going to put you after my, then it means Asiwaju is going to build all this castle and then at the end hand it over to somebody who will destroy it in just 2 days. So it's a dangerous game. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Isaac. What is going to happen. Believe it or not, you want to think Shiwaju will put in this hard work for 8 years and give it to a leprous politician to throw away the baby and the water? No, restructure is the way to go. And resource control is the way to go. Because he's teaching the Northerners real politicking. They claim they will not pay tax. Fine. If they refuse to pay tax, they will not receive FAC allocation too. So Tinubu is going to dust up the confab of 2014. The country is going to be restructured. It's work and eat. By the time Ashiwaju leaves the Aso Rock in 2031, there will be nothing to change. There will be nothing to change. Every region, every state will be independent and control their resources. And there is no going back, because there will be no coup plotter to come and take over power and declare by fiat of decree that we will go back to our vomit. That's not going to happen. He will not for 8 years be there. He's just biding his time. Once after the election is over, he will show his remaining cards. The North, they know. That's why is the last true of a dying man. That's what I can describe the North, political North to be. The political Muslim North, because they've single-handedly divided the North. Every one of their politicians is always saying now, Muslim North, Muslim North. We don't used to hear such things before, but they've given up that the Christians are no more with them. So so Tinubu has degraded them to an extent politically. So, but what I said about that is purely speculative. You understand? Purely speculative. It's not based on any facts or otherwise, but except what is just going on. We are reading the tea leaves. Because why would an OBJ, who is an OB supporter, but though some people since 2023 has been saying, no, this Baba's move, we suspect, is not who we think it is. That is coming from the Southeast. And this same thing is coming up. That distrust is coming up again. And now the daughter is putting kind of truth to that. Because your beloved daughter, who stays with you in Abeokuta, who goes around with you to occasions of late, has suddenly registered with APC, has suddenly declared that she wants to be a governor. We all know that is, if Ashiwaju doesn't endorse you in a primary, you will not win. And you have to win a primary before you win. And once you win your primary, it's a given that you win the election. So will she be stupid if she's not assured to make that kind of announcement? Does the father know? If the Baba OBJ knows, wouldn't he be impolitic for your first daughter to be fighting to be governor of the state where you belong? And at the same time, you are pushing for a different candidate entirely to be the president. We all should watch that space. We all should watch that space. But all in all, is to the advantage of Ashiwaju. So let me quickly go to the state visit in England. Ashiwaju and Prince Charles have been friends way back. So they are just making it politically official by this state visit. And I want to go on record that don't be surprised if Ashiwaju is knighted during that occasion, and with the wife too. We'll start calling her Lady Oluremi Tinubu after that visit. So it's going to be a grand.
United, is it Lord Jagaban of
Yeah, Lord
Bogu?
Jagaban.
Sorry, Baba.
Of Bogu.
Hey, doctor me, Bawo.
That one will pain some people, though. Eh?
Let me just put in this one before you go into the next topic. What you are saying is not speculation, no. It's been out there, and people are already talking about it that probably Atiku will join APC. So it's already a topic of discourse all over the social media.
What's underpinning that? Where is that coming from?
It's because of the way what Obasanjo is. You know, there was speculation that ADC actually belongs to Obasanjo. Because if you look at it, why should Atiku actually move people into that party? And then Obasanjo just came in and said, okay, no, the ticket will be for Obi and Kwakwaso. And then Atiku now trying to chicken out. We have to look at that critically now. With all the power, with all the people in that ADC supporting Atiku, why should Atiku now say, okay, because of that ordinary statement made by Obasanjo, want to now leave ADC for another party? We have to look at that critically.
Yeah, not only that, Simba, I didn't want to go far. You understand? That's why I just caught it like that, hang it in the air. What you are saying is true. And Baba has been going around with a file. He has a certain hold on his vice president, Atiku. He has a hold on him. What that hold is, nobody knows. He's been going around with the files, and I think he's making some threats. That is why Elijah Titi, Atiku,
I think yes, that's what I want to say, Baba.
yeah,
that
Atiku, Elijah Titi came out. When somebody called me 2 days ago, he said, look, when we were discussing it, he said, look, go back to the clip of Elijah Titi. Don't listen to what she's saying. Look at her body language. So I went back actually to that clip, and she was vibrating. One man, go back and watch that clip. She was not just talking, she was vibrating. And the claim that is based on what Baba OBJ has been doing, his moves. I think he's ready to really damage him openly. So we are living in an interesting time. But Jagaban wins. Either way, it's a win-win situation for him. It's a win-win situation. I like Jagaban. That's not just like that, just what's the nature has thrown to us amongst everybody is the best we have. If somebody shows up tomorrow and by according to my own reading, he is a better person, no doubt about that. I will follow that person. I'm not a party person. I just follow the person that can help us in our situation. That is why I yield one man. We are populating a little bit now. One man.
I think he went to carry his child's water bottle.
You know, Baba, what me I will not like is a situation whereby Atiku by 2031, Atiku, I think is 80, how old? 88 or
He'll be 84 then.
I mean 78 now. I'm talking about 78 now.
That's
78 now.
Yeah, it will be about 84 then.
He should be 90.
Well, I don't know. But you know, in politics, you negotiate yourself into power, you negotiate yourself out of power. Nothing is impossible because what is going on in the north now?
Baba,
they've declared today, the Yorubas have declared that the Sultan of Sokoto is no more the head of Yoruba Muslim, that they are not going to accept him. So don't be surprised in the next few months if they turban the Yoruba Sultan too.
Is that because of what happened in Kwara?
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, I don't trust when it comes to political alignment. I don't trust Jagaban. The Jagaban can align with anybody, and I don't know why it does that. You know, this Atiku, right from 2005, he had an alignment with an agreement with Atiku, and that was why he provided a platform for him in 2007 for presidential
No, they are
election.
good friends. They are good friends. No doubt about that.
You see,
In
Mr.
fact,
Price.
even the formation of APC. Do you know that this guy said it? You know, he wrote a book now that he just released, Lai Mohammed, and he said that the merger between ACN and the CPC of Buhari was actually consummated as far back as 2010. But the only reason why it failed that time was because Buhari had already chosen Bakari as his vice, and that was why they couldn't forge ahead, because they didn't have an agreement on who to become the vice president or not. That was why they shelved that idea in against the 2011 election, before they now actually started it in 2013 again.
This is why I have a very high respect for Tinubu. The patience, I don't know. I've not seen a man who kind of clear a path for himself and pursue it with every step he took up to that presidency was deliberate, marked out, and he determinedly followed it doggedly. I admire that in him. Seriously.
Baba, the problem the opposition are having with Tinubu is because he is somebody that is taciturn. When you are dealing with somebody who is taciturn, you find it very difficult to deal with him, because they don't know what is in his mind. They don't know what he's doing. He keeps quiet. Look at what happened in Nigeria, between Nigeria and United States. There are some people, look at other presidents in the world. They will run their mouth with their media. When the thing hit them, boom, 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 they will come back. But this one kept quiet. Whatever he was doing, he was doing it from the back. And the opposition, we are just running. I think that's the problem they're having with him. If he comes out, if he brings himself out and he's all over the place, I think they will get him. But I don't think they will get him this way. I don't think so. But hey, what do I know? You know, I'm stupid.
No, they were not. It's difficult to read him, like you said. Very, very difficult to read him. And that's why they fear him. That's why they all fear him. Even the Aregbe Shola that is running his mouth. Mark my word, Zita. He will go and dobale for him like this. Soon.
Baba.
Well, I don't think there's any way back for Aregbe Shola.
No, it's not like he will accept, but he will dobale still. He will dobale. Mark my words.
Baba.
What did Aisha Buhari do to you? One man.
Baba, you just sorry, Madam Zita. You see that character you just described. I think it was Madam Zita that described one of his characteristics. I mean, the president, Tinubu himself. You see that character you just described. It's what I love about him. What I cherish. Every good leader has that quality that is so difficult for you to want to offend him, because if you offend him, he's just going to be quiet, and you won't even know the next step. You see people like these noisemakers. When you just offend them, they pour out all the strategies, all that. So you can deal with such people. So you see this your president there. That's why actually it's so difficult for any one of them to stand him, and I believe I believe this will be that is making noise up and down. If what do you call him, the president, if he invites him to Aso Rock, he's going to be shaking, like he can't even stand. And I believe that
And you know what, Zita, panelists, people don't know why the Brentwood institutions, they are all backing him. They've tried all African head of states, those who with good policies, economic and otherwise. But they find out that because of pressure from their citizens, they always back off. But this man, in spite of all the threats, the bricks, bats, all thrown at him, kitchen utensils, he has not deviated from the path he has treaded from his trading. He has not deviated. And that's what gives the West confidence to deal with him. That's why investors are coming, because they know he will not deviate from that path. And that is what the political North, Muslim, are not reading properly. Tinubu doesn't back down. Whether you threaten him or put a gun to his head, that one thing is saying.
Baba, did you see the short video that Wama played? I think Bola Ahmed was addressing maybe Wama will remind me again. I'm not that vast to that extent. I think he was addressing the World Bank something conference, like some women were there. You see that short statement he made. He doesn't talk like long. There was something he said. He said they in all the policies, Nigeria, we already put our hand in the plow, and we are not going back. My brother, when he said that thing, all these things came out of my body. All those small crocro came out of my body. I say, wow. Looking at his aura, everything, you just say this is a president, my brother. I don't know why some people are not seeing it. Me, I don't know. I'm confused. I'm surprised. People like Aisha Yusuf, they are not seeing this pillar, this great pillar. That just proved to me. Sorry, sir. That just proved to me that this Aisha Yusuf is a scam.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. Aisha Yusuf, she's not about a better Nigeria. She's not about Peter Obi becoming president or not. She's not. She has a window of opportunity to make as much money as she can. Do you know how much that woman is making?
Who even made that woman important?
I don't know, man. She just goes around shouting, and then suddenly she become an entity being interviewed on television.
Yeah, but what impact has she made in the society that made her think
there was a particular image. Do you remember that image when she was holding her hand to the air? I think that was during that NSAS something.
No, it was Bring Back Our Girls.
Was it Bring Her? Or was that what brought her out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was working with this.
Equisilese.
Yes, it was actually Obi that made her famous, and she did something that made Obi abandon her, and Obi never speak about her again.
Correct.
Yeah, so I
Is it
don't really,
something to do with money? Because I know she likes money, that Aisha.
I don't know, but I think there was a kind of scandal that came out of that bring back our girls. You know, it's Obi Ezekwesili that started that thing. So at
Yes.
a point, there was a kind of scandal. I can't remember, but if I think very well, I would remember what the scandal is all about. And the Obina came out and disassociated herself with everything, bring back our girls, Aisha Yusuf and everything. And that was the end. She didn't go into it again. And she never mentioned that lady again. And then Aisha Yusuf took it from there and started running around, running her. You see, woman, I don't understand why. I pity our young ones, so honestly, they are not enjoying what we enjoyed. Like when we were 15, 14, 16, our neck were being straightened, our hands were being straightened. The ones, our legs were being corrected. The ones we see as our role models are actually role models. When I mean spec, they were actually spec. But for people like Aisha Yusuf to go around Nigeria running her mouth and saying whatever, and people are following her and listening to her, is actually disheartening. Honestly, sincerely speaking. But it is what it is. I don't know what made her very important. I don't even know what she has contributed to the society that made her somebody who is good enough to speak for the society. But hey, if Nnamdi Kalu, who has a mental problem, should be giving orders, and that order should be carried out. Aisha is
Look how
100%
you
better
like
than Nnamdi.
trouble.
You know who is going to come running in now? It'll be that Patrick Uche, isn't it? You this a woman now. Well, you're
He
this a
said
woman.
what?
I said, you know who will stop come running in now? Now you mentioned it, and the can will be Patrick Uche.
You see,
Because-
I wanted to speak about that guy the other day you kicked him out.
Hmm.
But, I have red line, one man. You can abuse me, talk to me anyhow. I don't really do care. You see, since that guy came, actually, I see it as somebody who came to this platform because of me.
Yes, I think
I,
so too.
I don't really care. Honestly, sincerely speaking, I don't care. But I watch ladies in this platform that listen. The last time, there was a time in this platform, I threw somebody naked. And some ladies look at a point whereby they can jump into the platform to attack me for that singular action. For no just reason, they came into the platform and started attacking me. And that person that I threw naked crossed my red line. Even in the red comment section was writing how I used to spread my leg wide open for my husband. And nobody cautioned him. He was attacking my family, not even me, from time to time, till I threw him naked. And then some ladies find it deemed to attack me because of that singular. And I believe they are listening to this boy now. And the difference between this boy and the person I threw naked is that he has not crossed the red line. I have red line. The day he will cross it, I'll throw him naked in this your platform. And the sky is not gonna fall. Attacking me, I don't care. Honestly, sincerely speaking, those ladies can jump in and attack me the way they like, but I don't really do care. But I have red lines. You cross my red line, I'm gonna throw you naked. So, one man, let him come. As long as he's attacking me, I don't really do care. It's not
One
my
man.
red line.
Yeah,
One
one
man,
man.
do you know that the most ridiculous thing I've been called in your platform is an old hag?
Who called you an old hag? You're a young
Hassan,
woman, huh? Well, don't worry. Hassan is.
Hassan. You see,
But that's not Hassan's language, though. Was I here when he said that?
he said it, he wrote it black and white on the comment section that I'm an old hag. Do you know when I remember? That's the funniest thing I have ever had. In
That's
fact, in
an
my
old.
office, in my
That's
family,
an old school insult. Now people don't even
when
say that anymore.
when I tell people, they say, "Has that person seen you before? Seen you before?" I say, "No." They say, "Wow, he doesn't even know what you look like." I said, "He has never seen me before, and I'm very sure he has not even seen my picture." But he used that word on me. Anytime I remember that thing, I will have a good laugh. In fact, in my family now, we used to use it to make fun. That's the most funniest thing somebody has called me in your platform. But it's me, the person called it. I don't care.
One man. Madam Zita, please let me come in.
So sorry. Hold on 1 second. Rational mind, mute and unmute. Your device is not connecting. And just before you come in, this Patrick, if you are listening, I will never forgive you if you let me ban you from this platform, because I have made all of the efforts to integrate you. So if I have to ban Patrick, I will never I will take it personally if I have to ban you, because we've made all the efforts to, to inculcate you, to bring you in. If all you have to offer is just to come and shout abuse, then we have to ban you, and I'll find that unforgivable after all the effort we made with you. And that's to you, Patrick Uche. Sorry, Isaac.
Yeah, one man. You see, this platform is very, very accommodating. I've been listening to this platform. One of the reasons I always say one of the best a discussion, whether negative, positive, on any platform that I can actually stay with. This is late here where I am. I'm always here. I can't spend time with maybe some other platform. Why? Why will I do that? Time for me to sleep and rest because I'll be up tomorrow. Though tomorrow is Sunday, but Mondays, when I know I'll be, you know, hustling the next day, stay all the night for a platform to be able to pin me down, it means it's a reputable platform. Maybe during the day, that's when I have time, like 2 p.m., 1 p.m. I'll just have time to go and watch some other people. There was this thing. Where is Bishop? Bishop is not here today. He was bound in a platform, I think 4 months. 4 months. When I listened, he was called to the panel of judges. They were all there in that platform. And the proprietor of that platform bound him for 4 months. I don't know if any other person have gone to that platform to listen to that episode. He was bound there. I don't want to mention the name of the platform. I'm not afraid to mention it. It's Niger Wash. I'm only not saying I will mention it because I don't know if one man will like it. He was bound for 4 months.
No, you can mention. I don't encourage you to. Now I want to start because people don't give us mentions on their platform. But I didn't know a Bishop went there. Though I'm sure it was Bishop.
Yeah, he was bound for 4 months. Ask him anytime
God.
he come. 4 months. And then that was where I also learned that they bound Pansat for 2 years or so, or 1 year. Pansat was bound for 1 year. Then that fateful day, not too long, Bishop can no more go there. He has been bound for 4 months. And I know what he said. No, he didn't even say it. He wrote a comment on their comment section. And the one CM, I be what they call him. There's a guy there, they call it CM. Very Igboish. Was the one that picked it up that he's been offended by that comment. And the man must discipline him. And he was disciplined. So this platform, you tolerate people people come here, people that are not worth it. They come. When I say you are not worth it or you are worth it, it's not by your intellect or how you speak. If you like, speak like Praise Daddy in America. Praise Daddy is my best here. You understand? It's my paddy. If you like, polish your English like that. That doesn't make your head to be. That doesn't make people to see you as. Why you speak such English and the way you put it is it's what matters to people that have brain. You understand? I've seen professors, lawyers sit down in front of some useless pastors. I'll be imagining all the schools they went to, and this pastor is brainwashing them like that. They are sitting down there. Lawyers, doctors, they don't have head. So, bro, you are doing your job. You are doing your best. And I want, why I quickly came in just now, I want us to send Madam Zita to Aso Rock, at least to go spend some time with Bola Ahmed. Because Madam Zita's voice in this place is so captivating, so matured. But the only time I put my hands in my ear to cover my ear when she is talking is that very period she is complaining. You see, Jagaban, he doesn't complain. That demean your standard a bit in my own opinion. I respect you highly, but the only time I will just put my two hands in my ear so I won't hear what you are saying. That time you will just come and say, if you like, call me any name. You don't need that. Establish your voice. It's very strong. It's very powerful. It's very it's people that have that head. They know what you are saying already. People that want to come and insult you, let them do their rubbish. You now responding, I know you will say I'm a bad woman. I know you will say all those ones. I will just put my two hand on my ear. I don't want to hear that one. Then when you not come to your analysis, like leaving those complaints, you now talk like you know how to talk. That is why I remove my hand from my ears and I start listening to you. So, Madam Zita, please. But that's my advice to you. If it will take us to take you to Aso Rock, spend some time with Jagaban, ask him, what is the secret? He will teach you. Thank you, Mama.
All right, brilliant. Let me just state the red line of this platform. Anybody insulting Zita, that's the red line. Because Zita, along with Baba, these are, and well, it used to be Rational Mind, but it doesn't spend time with us anymore. You know, there's certain mainstay, the mainstay of this platform. You know, if I was on and it was just me, Zita, and Baba, we could spend. I'm happy to spend 6 hours just chatting. So please, that's the red line. Anybody that insults Zita, that's the red line right there. But the red line, well, has Trump crossed the red line is the question. Is anybody familiar with this image on the screen? You don't get more old school races than this now. Putting Obama and Michelle's faces on monkey shapes and then posting it on his Twitter handle. This guy, man, he doesn't belong amongst human beings. When are they going to impeach that guy, the orange man in the White House? No comments, Rational Mind, are you there?
I'm here, woman.
Salam alaikum.
You weren't directing that question to me. I thought maybe you were asking the other guys that were.
No, I was just opening it up for somebody to comment. But you can either come in there because I saw it and he agrees that everybody is reporting. But then we're also talking about Aisha Buhari meeting Atiku in Saudi Arabia and then them posting images of that meeting. So what's that signaling? And then Iyabo Obasanjo declaring her intention to run for Ogun State governorship under the APC. So what is that signaling? And then Prince Charles sending an invitation letter to Tinubu for a state visit to the United Kingdom, the first Nigerian president since Babangida to be accorded that particular privilege. What does that tell the political landscape? And the goings on in Kwara, the Americans denouncing the horrific killings in Kwara State. So that's that in itself, but then the American position as well. Why are we now under the supervision of the Americans? What's going on there? So a lot going on. Your thoughts?
I noticed that Zita just went radio silent when you brought up this topic, because I know
Which
Zita,
topic?
okay, it's okay. Let me just learn.
Eh?
When he asked this question, nobody wants to answer the question.
No, I will talk on it when it gets to my
It's
turn.
okay.
If you want me to speak
Okay.
on it, I will
All right.
speak on it decisively.
It's okay. It's okay. Let me learn. Let me just close. All right. So I know a lot of people sometimes avoid this whole thing with Trump here in America. You know, the guy has been who he has been. People have often said that this guy is a racist, and some people, some so-called Nigerians that are here too, they was just like, what is your proof, and all those kind of blah blah blah. They go off and on like that, asking you that, is it Ben Carlson? And they will name all kinds of them Republicans that are supporting him, Nicki Minaj and the rest. You know, it's for me, it's just you know, when you want to know somebody is a racist, a white person that is a racist, it tells you that I have a black friend. That's what they tell you. So when they tell you that I have black friends, you better know that yes, they are racist. You know, I mean, being for the fact that you have a black friend doesn't mean you're not racist. So I think we saw is what's it called? Is Republican Party people, some of them they rail on him. But he still wasn't. He was still doubling down. He was still not apologizing, even when they were asking him on aboard Air Force One. He won't even want to tender an apology, even when the reporter was asking him. No, this guy is user. It's you know, I've said it here that I kind of compare Tinubu and this guy, the convict in the White House. I compare them to both as there's some similarities in them, both of them. These are people who does not have regard for rule of law, who are morally bankrupt, who anything you want to talk. I mean, anything you want to, however you want to describe them when it comes to people who lack morals, who have the pretense of wanting to be a savior of some sort. That is what both Tinubu and this guy in the White House, the convict in the White House, the White House is. So you see, the point that I'm making with this is that it's so sad that leadership, as we know it today, in most countries, especially in Africa and now in America, it's no longer about morals anymore. Morality has been pushed aside. I know I hear people who make case for, yeah, if you want morality, you better not play politics. No, there should be a measure of ethics in leadership that you have to follow. But when you cross certain lines, and this guy has crossed so many lines, and he has become brazen. That is why he feels that he can do so many things. The same thing as the one that we have in the corrupt one in Nasrok there too, the ex forger in chief that is in Nasrok. We've seen all of this. This is a guy who wrote a book who used somebody else's picture and claiming to be himself when he was in his teenage years. This is a guy who has done so many things. Even we don't even know his ancestry. We don't even know where he is. He says he went to Ibadan, school in Ibadan. We can't trace anything. So this is a guy who has lied so much. The same thing with this guy in Nasrallah. He lies a lot. So the impunity with which this guy has brought himself into power, I'm talking about the one in Nigeria now, the one that's in Nasrallah. You know, and you know, somebody said something recently. It says something about, you know, yeah, I think so. I listened to somebody today on one of the TV network here. She said something about there's a cumulative effect. A cumulative effect. That's what we're seeing. You know, when morals is gradually eroded, the society become morally bankrupt. Like the people who erode it, and that is what we're seeing in Nigeria. That is what we're seeing gradually here in America. We're seeing that the Republican Party that champion themselves as people-oriented party who wants to fight for the average workers, but we see that it's all about an oligarchy now. They're running now. I mean, we're talking about government run by billionaires. You know, Trump caters to billionaires. All the people that really brought him into power, who he wrote on this mantra of yeah, make America great again. But we're seeing the opposite. America that is talking about making great is putting money in the pockets of the billionaires, making them more rich. His own family are becoming more rich. He's having contracts with the Emiratis, with the Saudis, with all these Gulf states and all of that. I mean, there's this quid pro quo kind of government that is running. If you flatter him, you give him some kind of contract or you give him some kind of gift, he will give you access to certain things. When they're talking about the semiconductors that the semiconductors that the US have, one of their top secret here, it's being given to the Emirates, is it Qataris, you know, because they gave him a flying mansion, you know. So this guy, he has done so many things that no government, no president in the history of this country has ever done. And he has even right from when he has been having several cases with the Stormy Daniel, grabbing them by the whatever. Ordinarily, a lot of people would have just resigned at the throes of that, at the beginning of that election, you know, when all these allegations were coming out. But this guy brazenly.
So sorry, rational mind. When that guy said that Tinubu was a respectable woman, Remy, did you think he was planning to grab her by the? Did you think he was intended to?
Woman, I'm drinking gin here. Don't make me just I could not go letting me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, what about Trump is you give him whatever he wants, he will flatter you with he's the same guy who was a few days ago. We were talking about when
Oh my, you're a bad guy.
that guy, a bad guy. So anyway, so this is a guy who yesterday, or was it yesterday or the for a few days ago, when it came to light that the Republicans were asking Bill Clinton to come testify, and he said if he's going to testify, he's going to testify. He has to make it. They have to make it a public a public thing. And then he said, well, I feel so bad that they are trying to make the Clintons go because they know that if Clinton has to testify, a lot of things will be let out of the bags. A lot of things will come to light. Probably we'll get to know.
Did you know that Nigeria got a mention in the Epstein files? Good luck Jonathan and all that. It was apparently cutting all deals with the Good Luck Jonathan space.
Possibly too. So my point I'm just trying to say here is that you know, and then suddenly we are hearing now that his Republican Party, they said no, they don't want the public him to do the public testifying publicly anymore, blah blah blah. And this is what the guy was like serenading Clinton the other day. Was like, oh, you know, Clinton, I love him, I like him, he's a good guy, blah blah blah. You know, it's so bad that it's going to make him to testify publicly, blah blah blah. It's like, this is a guy who was just lashing at the Clintons. I mean, certainly because he knows. This is a guy who just flatter people.
But sorry, does this image actually, does it go that step too far? Is there reactions in America? Is there reactions in America?
There is.
Let me play you something. Actually, it was confronted and he said he didn't even know about it.
I looked at it, I saw it, and I just looked at the first part. It was about voter fraud in someplace, Georgia. There was a lot of voter fraud, 2020 voter fraud. And I didn't see the whole thing. I guess during the end of it, there was some kind of a picture that people don't like. I wouldn't like it either, but I didn't see it. I looked at the first part.
There's a longer version to that. There's a longer.
Yes. Sorry. Do you think sometimes, you know, because I don't suspect that he handles his own social media by himself. So do you think maybe this happened outside his knowledge?
No, I don't think so. Because that was why I said to you, there's another longer version to this. That same about Air Force One. But maybe it's another different time. They were asking him that same question. He went he said, yeah. He said he knows. He said he knows about it. He said, I think, let me quote him the way exactly he said it, but I'm not saying exactly what he says. Or something along the line like, yeah, I'm aware because, you know, this whole thing is about representing me in the gun. You know, I'm in the king of jungle, something like that. In fact, there are other people there besides the Obamas that he's the king of the jungles or something like that. And like, come on. So he said he's aware of it. He said he knows. Well, when this lady, the spokesperson for the White House, what's her name? Caroline Levitt, what's her name? Is it Levitt? When she would talk, she would say it was one staffer in there. You see, these people are so. This is a guy who lies. You know, look at what he was saying there. It just lies. I mean, when somebody is a pathological liar, nothing faces them anymore. They just say things like as if it's a fact. This is a guy, even when things are staring him in the face that economy is so bad here, the unemployment rate is so high here. A lot of people are just can't even put food on the table here. They can't even pay their rent. I mean, this is a guy who keeps saying the economy is doing good. The economy is doing good. Well, so you start wondering, where is this guy living? Are we surprised? We're not surprised. This is a billionaire child. His father is rich. He has never probably, somebody says, this same guy who was saying you have to go to grocery, you have to flash your ID before you can buy a grocery. Who has never even done a shopping in his life? Probably has never even gone to a grocery store before in his life. I mean, you wonder. I mean, a lot of Americans are regretting who voted this guy in. I mean, there's a guy. Some of them, some Republicans, will be calling in on C-SPAN and other TV network, and voicing out their disgust at this guy. So you see, the point is this: what I'm driving at is this. I mean, am I surprised that he's flattering Tinubu, or is he trying to grab her by whatever? I mean, I'm not surprised. This is a guy who just, he would do anything just so he can, be in a good book or so, whoever, or maybe just, this guy is, I know a lot of Americans are regretting why did they vote this guy in. But they should have seen the handwriting on the wall. This is a guy who, the first time, how he just mismanages this country. I mean, woman, let me not go too deep into that anymore. But my point is just that that's a real racist thing to do, even though he tries to spin it, because if you're spinning it,
rational mind. It actually surprised me that they will go, because that's this racism from like 40 years ago. Because racism now is a lot more subtle, and then they leave the window for deniability. But the monkey sort of racism, I thought that was already, I thought racism was a lot more subtle, more nuanced, more sophisticated these days. So for somebody to just paste somebody's face on a monkey, a precedent.
Yeah, but then when
it's quite it's unbelievable,
yeah,
actually.
there's a bigger, I think there's another video. I don't know, maybe it's the same video of where that one was copied from. They said after Biden was depicted as they had his name as on a warthog. They had some other people too, some other Democrats too. They were there. They were depicted in that video as some kind of and he is the king of the jungle. I mean, like he's just, this is what people say. You just go on Fox, you see all kinds of idiotic people going on there trying to spin the narrative and make it look like. I mean, when Karen Levitt was asked the first time, he said no. He said it was a staffer and she has been whatever. I mean, they put it down. Okay, if you know that wasn't a racist, why did you pull it down? If you know you were sure that it wasn't racist, why did you pull it down? But the point is that only few Republicans have really called him on that crap they did. A lot of them are just cowering. And that's the same thing with APC. Even though APC we have in Nigeria, nobody can speak up and challenge Tinubu. It's just that,
and it's not even like they share the same thoughts with. They're just afraid of him. That's why they are.
Yeah, they just feel like in the primaries, because if you're not in his good book, you can get somebody to primary you, and then his MAGA base will just join the primaries. They just exclude you. They will just defeat you, and then get their own MAGA whatever to come in and run on that ticket. That's why a lot of them don't want to like step on him. I mean, this is just America is on a decline. The country is in a apart from an economic decline, mentally and morally, people are only just a little people. People are just still trying to like hold on to that ethics of what America stands for. A land of the free, a land of opportunities, a land.
But what does America stand for anymore? Is the question.
That's the question. That's why the allies.
It doesn't stand for any. It doesn't stand for law and order. We already saw what happened in Venezuela. It doesn't stand for fair play. I saw a clip of a Cherokee chief, so an American Indian chief being manhandled by ICE.
Oh, just imagine that.
Because they
couldn't. That one you saw? Did you see down in Portland, in Oregon? We saw school children being gassed by ICE. They were throwing tear gas at children. in school.
It seems like a joke, but it's a very serious thing going on.
How did we get here? That's what a lot of Americans are asking. How did we get? Wait, we know how we get here. A lot of you voted for him. If not all of you voted for him, so what are we talking about? You say, I mean, a lot of the Republicans voted for him. You're all calling in and they're like just bossing their. I mean, if you go online, you see some of them. They have a group now just against the whole ideology. I mean, look at this.
Did you see some interaction between Tucker Carlson and some African presidents? Did you see that? It was on
I think I saw something like that, but I didn't take too much time because I'm
yes.
so busy.
Go and watch it. It's quite interesting. So they were asking it was asking questions, and I was saying, what do you make of the Venezuelan something? And one of them was answering that, look, we don't actually know what the world order is anymore. That's the audacity of what Trump did, you know, that you can go into a sub. It was just they don't know what system we're operating under anymore. Where the checks and balances, there are no checks and balances anymore now. When might is right, the most powerful takes everything. That's what Trump is.
You need to listen to the speech given by the Canadian Prime Minister, Carney. Is it Carney they call him? So you need to listen to his speech for you to understand that. I said there's no longer any. What was it? He said something. There's no longer a new world order. It's each person for himself now. Something along that line. So I mean, Carney successfully puts it very, very in a very more direct way. I mean, he calls his bluff at the last thing they had in Switzerland. I mean, everybody knows now that there's a shift now. Americans cannot be trusted. Now, recently we had that. Is it the Swedes or is it the Norwegian? One of the Scandinavian countries, is it Denmark? They pull out some of the treasury that they bought from America. They pulled it out. They put their money out. A lot of people will be pulling out their money because even no more than half of the U.S. treasury is owned by foreign countries, and probably individuals from these foreign countries. So imagine all of them start pulling all their money because they felt, like we're no longer getting any job reports anymore, like we used to get from the Department of Labor, telling you about the hiring, the firing, or whatever, telling us about the job search. We don't get all those figures because that thing makes it like idiot says it makes him look bad. He says the lady that was there was a Democrat and they fired her because the lady was reporting, and she was a statistician. There are people that work with him. They bring the figure, and she just announced it. She posted it, but he has to fire the lady so that they will not get. I mean, I've been watching because I get almost every day. I get bulletin from Department of Labor. If you see what they're saying these days, just like say, hiring was slow. But what are the figures? People cannot plan anymore. Companies cannot plan anymore within the United States because it is when they see the trend, that's when they can start. I mean, they can start their business in full earnest. But when they cannot see job reporting, they cannot see how the economy is good, because that's how you measure the economy. Because if people are being hired, people are getting jobs, it means that people will buy, people have money to spend. But when they cannot see those figures, how will they plan? So you see, it tells you a lot of things that has never been done by any president. This guy is doing it, and you wonder why the whole country is just pulling out their money, they're pulling out their interest here in America. Everybody wants to start. Look at you. What's it called? Germany now is talking about building their own nuclear capabilities now. They're talking about that. And now I was hearing a few hours ago that Trump was against it. That nobody should build any nuclear. It's either Russia themselves, America, and maybe China. Although we know that other countries have nuclear capabilities. But you see, let me not bore us with this story. But the point is this: that how did we get here? People like our friend here, what's his name? This guy, Prince Daddy. This other guy, all of them, they are the people that brought him in. And all of them, they're all facing the consequences of that actions. So, Woman, let me just quickly go. I know we have a lot of things to talk about.
A lot of them we are going to go down. They are going to go down with that ship, rather than admit they are wrong. They are going to double down and they will sink with the ship rather than.
A lot of them are not admitting. But the only way I think this is going to end is either they impeach this conflict in the White House. If the Democrat can regain control of both houses, they can regain the Congress, and I tell you, they will impeach this guy, because there are some of his member of his party who, in secret, they still vote along with. Okay, look at this girl, this girl from Georgia. There, what's her name? Marjorie Taylor. Look at how she broke with Trump. because Trump got there, was doing something different totally from what he promised the people that voted him in. He was enriching the likes of Elon Musk and other billionaires like himself. They are pocketing money, huge amount of money. They don't pay tax. It is me, like me, and average people like myself, and other people that are just struggling with little money that we are making from whatever we do. We are the people that are paying tax. These billionaires don't pay tax. Look at him himself. When it was reported, when they leaked his tax return, it came to light that this guy has not been paying tax. The highest he paid was like $700 something. Was the highest he paid in tax. What are we talking about? These are people who have billions. They could afford to pay their own portion of this tax, but they would rather not do it. They find all these loopholes. They do all these their big ugly bills. They say they passed recently, just to give themselves more tax, more reason not to pay tax. But it's okay. One, but you see, the point is just that we all in here, like you said, I hope this boat will not sink before this guy leaves there. I just hope they get this guy impeached before that time, because the way America is going right now, I doubt it's on a steep decline. Look at how this guy was booed. They booed him in Winter Olympics. Is it in Milan? They were booing him, JD Vance. So they no longer have that respect anymore.
Yes, I saw that. I saw him being booed at the yes.
Anyway, they even asked him that question about Air Force One. Look at what he was saying. He was just saying crap. Just like, oh, did they boo him? No, yeah. And well, in America, yeah, they don't boo him in America. And people were playing many instances that even him as a president was being booed at the NFL game and some other events where he was being booed. And JD Vance too was being booed. You see, anything that comes from this guy's mouth, if Trump tells you good morning, better look like a clock very well. But it released good morning. This guy just lies. And he's so confident about his lies. And he'll be saying it in front of people that knows the truth. Obviously, they know the truth. But he doesn't have the shame. When people have no shame anymore, like the one we have in Nassau Rock there, when people don't have shame, they can do and undo. Well, man, let me quickly just say one or two things, because I know people are waiting. My point is just that I want to just, I try to draw a parallel or a similarity between the one we have in Nassau Rock there and this one, because I've said it oftentimes on your platform here that, people are creating a monster, like they created a monster here. We created a monster in Nigeria. I mean, this guy, from the very beginning about him, we know that this guy is a fraudster. I mean, when I say fraudster, it's a scam. Someone we don't really know who he is, who truly his parents are. I mean, we don't even know which school he went to. Who are people that went to the same school with him? Suddenly, we just don't know he went to Chicago. And the next thing we're seeing a name that he bears his name that he bears today. And ever since then, we've been seeing everything that shows that this guy is just a scam. You say this, you say that, you use another person's photo. I mean, are we surprised that they are forging a tax law that has already been passed, changing it after it was passed? Are we surprised? When you have a forger in chief in Nassau Rock. Now, we're talking about an electoral law that we were talking about a few days ago here. We're all arguing vehemently here. Was last week or early this week. Now, after they passed it, what's it called? The House passed their own. What's it called? The Senate agreed on something. Akpabio went behind and was saying something different. What are we talking about? When I say this APC, they are just a pestilence. They are a disease to Nigerians. And you see people, because I speak out of say I hate Tinubu, I hate people. No, I don't. It's just you need to read them. Just read the whole thing about them for you to understand who these guys are. A whole bunch of criminals that don't deserve to be leaders, to even lead a home, not even say leading a community. None of them is even worthy enough to even lead a family. So my point is just that we are we're in this for a long haul, because I don't know who's gonna defeat this guy, because this guy has completed his
rational mind. Just before you came in, there are speculations that Atiku might have joined the APC. So if he don't,
you want to kill rational mind this night? What is wrong with you?
Did you hear when Baba was saying it and Simba came to back him up?
No.
Yes,
I joined when Zita was talking about people talking bad about her here. That was when I joined.
All right. So what would you make of that if Atiku joined the APC? Because they're saying he's getting fed up with the way Obasanjo is trying to maneuver that ADC space. So if he wants to go to the ADC or APC on the assurance that he will succeed Tinubu, and by the way, that's his surest way to the presidency via the APC. So if it does declare for the APC, is there any point in having an election in February next year?
So are you saying? Let me get it straight. Is it that Tinubu might not contest for second term? Is that what it is?
No. He will succeed Tinubu 2031.
Oh, at what age? At 90 something? Is it about
at whatever he wants to go now? Now, what's the difference? Now
I don't know. I don't know. You see, people throw all that. I mean, I'm not surprised when this kind of thing comes from the stable of the Ronu Nazis. The Ronu people. Them. I know them. I know what they do. They come here and they spin some narratives. Oh, because suddenly Aisha has met with or Aisha or Atiku met with Aisha means that, you see, APC, these people with their propaganda, it's just only foolish people will fall for all this their crap that they do. I don't know, because you see, I begin to suspect that the death of Bubu was a master. There was a master. There's more to that death of Bubu than what we know. It's either
it was removed now, or what? Is that not your speculation? My speculation. When I heard it, I just thought it was
that's not conspiracy theory here. I'm trying to. I don't think I've ever spoken to that, because I sat down and looked at the whole thing. I begin to feel like there's more to that death of that guy. Now we know. See that really, like Kanu said, maybe that's what he's not really who he is, or probably he's who he is. That is the same Bubu that contested in 2015, but that they had to hide the guy, because we saw before he died, we saw the move that some northerners were doing, moving towards him, trying to like bring, because we saw that break in the APC ranks where the CPC wing were breaking off. And who is the head of that CPC is Bubu. And we saw Atiku and some big, not big wigs, they were paying Bubu visits severally before he died. We saw that consistently. Suddenly he died after them. So you read that handwriting on the wall. There's something here. Could somebody feel like this guy, with this guy still alive, he stands no chance enough to be able to win the Northerners to himself, or maybe to even maneuver the whole electioneering in North without this guy. If this guy's eventually team with his Northern brothers, does he have any chance? That's what I'm going to leave it at that. If you know what I'm talking about. So because we know this person has had history of buying people that he knows that are probably a rival to him. Case in point, the blessed guy, what's his name, Mushaw Williams. We know how he died. So I know this guy has always had that history, because I know Bubu's death.
I've been going through that function. Anyway, we'll go back to that later. But if you look
let me finish up. Yeah. So real quick. So my point is this, woman, is that I'm just thinking that with Aisha seeing, because Aisha seems to be the only person that could stand as that. I'm not saying she has that personality or that clout as his late husband. Sorry, a late husband rather. As a late husband, I'm not saying she has that clout, but she still represents that Buhari aspect. So maybe Atiku is trying to like bring her to her side, because I don't know if Tinubu and his wife is still in contact with her, because Aisha, I know he was more towards Tinubu before the election in 2023. Even after the election, I know he was still like dining with the Tinubus. But I don't know what has happened over time, or maybe Atiku is trying to use her just publicly, just to show that yes, Northerners, I'm the new Buhari, I'm the new Northern leader now. Look at it. The wife of our former leader, Buhari, is also she's in kind of like on the same page with me. She's agreeing with me. So you people should, see me as a new leader in the position of Buhari. Maybe that's what he's trying to do. But that is going to APC. I don't even see that rationale behind that. I don't even know how that's going to work. But you can say maybe because the son moved to APC, people might think like, oh, because one Atiku has moved to APC, the Atiku son, and maybe I don't know. It could be true. They could be true to what this Ronu, what this Agbadorians are talking. Could be. But for me, I just believe it's politics he's playing here. Meeting her is just to show that I'm the new leader emerging in the position of Buhari because I'm having Aisha on my side now. Because we saw that consistent visit of what's his name, Atiku to Bubu before he died, even a few days before he died. We saw it. So why would Atiku be going to see Bubu when he was alive? It was because he wanted to like use him as to launch himself among the Northerners as a new force among the Northerners in the place of Bubu. So for me, I think that's what is being playing out here. But I don't know if it's because if Atiku wants to go to APC, he doesn't need to go to what's the name, Aisha. So okay, you can connect me to Tinubu. I want to join APC. No, he will just go. He will carry his kaya and everything. They come to APC. So, but I just believe he's playing politics here for 2027. That's what he's playing. He wants to take over the assets. I mean, the political assets.
All right. What are you making of Iyabo Obasanjo declaring that she wants to run for the Ogun State governorship under the APC?
See, that Ogun State is a tough. It's one of those tough states that if you don't have a backbone and if you don't have if you're not a powerful person, if they don't kill you, I mean literally just unalive that person. They will use all the political game just to to have you just skimmed out of the whole thing. So, but I don't know. This is a lady who probably only once she was only once a senator when his dad was, I think when his dad was president. Ever since then, we've never seen her in politics. So why now? So I don't know. I don't know what this fascination of these retired or old politicians and their children joining an opposition. I mean, joining the ruling party when their parents or their parents, yes, or the on the opposition party. I don't even know what the fascination is all about. I know it's all about they want to become also relevant too, probably be able to get into the cabinet or maybe become a governor or senator as the case may be. But we see how that plays out. But for me, I just see that this is all just politics. Can she become a governor of Ogun State? I doubt it. I doubt it. This guy, what's his name? This Ogun State governor,
Dakwa
Abiodun. I think because she's an Egba now. Yabo is Egba. So I don't think it's Egba people's turn now. Because we're talking about the people from Yewa area, they've been talking about it's their turn. So I don't know because this guy, the former president, and the former governor, what's his name?
Benga Daniels.
Benga Daniel was an Egba guy now, no, so he was an Egba now. Is it? No, I don't think Benga is there. Is that the Jebu? No. I'm not too sure, but I know one person has been there from the Egba side. So why now an Egba when there's still other parts of Ogun State, like the Yewa area?
But do you think they will give her the ticket, the APC ticket, to spite Obasanjo?
Well, if Tinubu want, maybe Tinubu may want, maybe it could be
and if she has the APC ticket, do you think Obasanjo will be forced to come and campaign for his daughter?
That I don't know. I don't know. Obasanjo is a man of principle, but I doubt it. I don't know because one of the last events that they had recently, Atiku was there. That Obasanjo threw a jab at Atiku. I think his daughter was there. Yapa was there. I think he had to recognize her too. Mention her name when he was at that forum. But I can't. It's very hard for me to say. Because I know that is part of Obasanjo's legacy. If one of his children, his seed can be a governor in Ogun State, that would probably cement his legacy as the Obasanjos being both president and the governor. So could he want to probably campaign for the daughter? Probably he might want to. Well, I see him as a man of principle. He's a very principled man, but I doubt it. But if he does, well, I won't be surprised too. So, and I know Tinubu might want to do that just to spite him, but that will cause a lot of rank. I mean, I just hope that will not break the APC in Ogun State because there's a lot going on in APC. People wants to vie for that position. Like this guy, this guy, the budget committee of the Senate, Olamilekan. I think is also vying for that position. And Dick said it's from Yewa, but even though it's not truly Yewa, it's an Ekiti guy that is pretending to be a Yewa. I don't know where that story goes. But the point is that APC, there's a lot of people who are contesting for APC. So I don't know if Yabo will be able to get that ticket. And if Tinubu maneuver the whole thing for him, that will break that rank within APC in Ogun State, and that may cost them. They may cost APC the ticket in Ogun State, except if Tinubu is able to unite them to follow or to all join hands to. I mean, that's a strategy for Tinubu to use to spite Obasanjo if he allows it.
It'll be a real thing, wouldn't it? If Yabo Obasanjo is campaigning under APC for
I agree with you on that, but
and the father is campaigning for ADC.
But I see a huge break there. A lot of people kicking against Tinubu, imposing whatever. I know Tinubu can do it. Tinubu has the clout. He has the influence to do that. But I see that to cause a lot of rancor among the ranks in APC in Ogun State. I'll leave it at that one, man. Thank you.
Oh, all right, brilliant, excellent people. I still want to hear from you about Prince Charles inviting Tinubu to England for a state
You are very
visit.
good at giving him heart attack this morning.
Yeah, yes, but I was going to go to Prince Daddy and then loop it back, and I want to hear from you, Zita, as well, about Trump calling Obama a monkey. I wonder how you're able to justify that. But let's hear how Prince Daddy justifies it first. Prince, floor is yours. Hey, Diddy. Hello, man.
Hey, woman, how you doing?
Hey, hello, Prince. How are you? I think
good. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah. Floor is yours.
All right. Yeah, actually, the comment you made about Remi Tinubu and Trump, did you have that in your back pocket, or is something you said extemporaneously?
No. It struck me actually when I was when I saw the thing 2 days ago. It struck me, and I thought, okay, I'll save it for the platform. I'll just throw it in there, see if it causes offense. No, yeah, it did. Yes, it somewhat of a rehearsed line. Carry on.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, well, what is the topic? One man, you are a media person. Just put it that way, a news person, because some of the things you read out, if it was left to me, I probably wouldn't even pay attention to it or even take notice of it. For example, Buhari's wife, what's her name? Aisha Buhari, meeting Atiku in Dubai. Is it Dubai, right? To me, that wouldn't have been any news. Saudi Arabia. Okay, that would not have been any news.
It's huge, Joe. That meeting is huge, but
to what degree? I mean, listen, what political capital does Aisha Buhari has? I mean, what does she have to offer in that regard?
She carries the cachet of the Buhari name.
Okay. I mean, listen, and by the way, we're talking about Atiku here, right? If Aisha Buhari were to have the blueprint for winning 2027 election and she gave it to Atiku would not know what to do with it. At the end of the day, he's going to bungle it. That's Atiku for you. I said it before many times. He's the most hopeless politician in Nigeria. Why? And I don't like to insult people like rational mind, but I'm saying that because the man is had power before as a VP. He has resources. He has wealth. He has people around him. He has all the machination that it takes to be a successful politician in Nigeria. But the guy fails every election. So to me, he's the worst Nigerian politician ever, in my books. So, but anyway, so yeah, I don't think that the meaning meant anything. I don't think so. It has nothing to offer, especially again with Atiku being the person. What else do you have on the main?
We were also talking about Prince Charles inviting Tinubu for a state visit in England in March, and that will be the first. That's not a state visit. Of course, is different from a president just going to a country It's a formal invitation for that sovereign state to come and visit another sovereign state. And that's the first in 37 years that a Nigerian president has ever been invited. And there's only ever been 3 invitations in the history of Nigeria. There was one to Yakubu Gowon, there was one to Shehu Shagari, and then there was one to Babangida, which was 1980 something. So 37 years old. Tinubu now the first Nigerian president to be, is it the first democratically elected president even to be invited on a formal state visit? It was Prince Charles himself.
Shagari
So,
was.
Shagari, yes. But what are you making of that? Is that somewhat of a tacit endorsement to, because you know that's an endorsement, surely, isn't it? Could he even get knighted? And if he gets knighted, isn't that going to be Lord Jagaban of Bogu?
Yeah, I heard you say that earlier. Yeah, I mean it's good. I mean it's good stuff, I guess. Or it could be a form of endorsement for Tinubu in the long run. But you know, I don't know. It's good. I'm not sure what he's gonna get from it. You know, um, I don't know what to make of it really. It's good for Tinubu and I guess the APC guys. One thing I guess I took from it was that he said it was going to pepper those obedient people that Tinubu is getting recognized in England or by the king. So that's another I guess pain for the obedience in that regards. But yeah, I don't know what to make of it. One man, it's just one for the course. No big deal as far as I'm concerned.
But it was actually be
So
used as a campaign tool now.
one man, let me ask
yeah.
this. Let me ask this, Prince
Yeah.
PDD or whatever, Puff Daddy. I mean, you didn't ask him any question about the Trump thing. You see how he just glossed over it.
No, I was taking him there. I know it's avoiding
Okay.
it,
Right.
but I wanted to get him out and then land him on that one. Let's see how he justifies it. So
Yeah.
rational mind has taken you there. So Prince Daddy, explain this. Look at that. Suddenly his network has failed. Look at that.
One man, can I answer on behalf on his behalf?
Oh no, I muted myself. Sorry, I muted myself.
Of course,
Can you hear me?
Okay, carry on. We can hear
you.
Oh, I thought you were playing something, so I muted myself.
No. Well, of course you've seen it. The image on the screen.
Oh yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good caption. I mean, I'm not against it if that's not what your question is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good caption.
What are you talking about?
Well, see, you know, a lot of people have been trying for all these years since Trump ran to become the president back in 2016 to trying to pigeonhole him and call him names and label him, but nobody wants to bring it up when he used to hang out with the rappers. You know, not just the black elites, even the people Trump was hanging out with before he became the president. When it was like popular TV guy, you know, in the media and the newspapers. He was hanging out with black rappers, you know, the what you call the black stars or whatever. Polished black people in America, like Oprah, really would not hang out with those people. So today, they want to pigeonhole him and call him a racist and all this other garbage. You know, not just him being a racist, they've called him an anti-Semite before, but that didn't stick because you know his son-in-law Jared Kushner is a Jew, right? And he's surrounded by Jews and he has a lot of Jewish friends. So that didn't stick, even though he made a comment that some people found offensive regarding the Jewish people. When it comes to Hispanic people, also they want to call him this and that. So Trump really cannot be boxed. The man is you know it cannot be boxed. It's just impossible. But to this very video, actually, you know, I think Rational Mind also knows there's been an explanation to this video. The main purpose, just like Trump said, was this video was about the election malfeasance or fraud that occurred back in 2020. That's what the video was all about. He didn't go out there deliberately to make a video about this image right here. He didn't do that. It was obviously, I mean, I think you would agree with me, one man, even Rational Mind, that Trump does not sit down by his computer and use the software to make videos for his campaign. He doesn't do that. I think we all can agree on that. So he didn't do it, and they're showing it. I watched this guy. It was Benny Johnson, right? A popular conservative platform on YouTube, and he showed in detail. I guess was this guy. Anyways, one of these guys. He showed in detail. It was a YouTube video that played that part, that last snippet that went into that caption, that went into that editing. That small part of it wasn't meant to be. But I actually watched the actual. I think it came from Lion King. The actual caption of this video, where they put the faces of these politicians on these animals. Even Trump in that video, well, in the full video of this stuff was an animal, of course, a lion, and they had Kamala Harris as a turtle, and just a caricature of these politicians. That's what it was really. It was never about Trump.
Can I take you back to something you're not saying, because you're just being clever by half here with what you're saying. So take you back to when Obama was the president. You know the fixation that this guy had with Obama's birthplace. You've forgotten all that crap that is spewed.
Yeah, that's what happened to people like you, rational mind. But you also forgot. You want to be clever by half. Hold on, you want to be clever by half. You didn't mention that the person that actually brought it. Hold on, you didn't mention that the person that actually brought it up was Hillary Clinton. What about that? Let's start from the genesis of it.
What? Say that again. Say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that part. What did you say?
I think you're trying to be clever by half. Why don't you mention the origin of what you're talking about the birth of thing? That was Hillary Clinton herself that brought it up. Let's talk about that white woman for that matter, right?
How long have you been following the U.S. politics?
The rational mind is Hillary that started it.
Yeah, well, come on.
It's Hillary. It's Hillary that started. But when he was campaigning,
rational mind does not know. He only hears what he wants to hear from
Obama. In fact, it was even him that called him a cack Muslim. Anyway, but never mind. I will speak. Rational mind want me to speak on this topic. I am going to speak on it decisively.
The same guy who the 5 black guys that were accused wrongfully because of being that they're blacks, and they were found in that around that area, and a white girl, lady accused them of RAP in her. And then this convict in the White House was
rational mind. You always like to talk about emotional stuff that don't have basis to it.
You need to look at pattern here. Dude.
No, there's no pattern there. Because it wasn't Trump that did investigation about the
rational mind. I will use
it wasn't
your
Trump
words
that
today.
arrested those kids, nor was it him that did investigation.
Pattern. I love that word you just used.
You only need to look at pattern here. When
yes, I love that word. I'm going to use it.
Doing something. You do something. You can deduce from there.
Pattern.
If that has a pattern, has an history, or has an history or whatever. History of doing something, you need to understand what it is. How could you have a staff members that will be posting something like this? If not because you yourself, you know you to be who you are.
I beg stop. So the president of the whole damn country has a time to be editing his own video about what an intern did, right?
When he started his campaign in 2015 or 20, when was that? We started the campaign. We saw how we talked about how we talk condescendingly on the Mexicans, people from the southern part of southern part of the border, towards the border, in southern part of the United States.
Rashman, I said it before. Trump is an equal opportunity offender. You got to take it as that.
You see, you people will never admit to your crap, all the crap you've done. Well, it's okay.
Rational mind, allow him to speak now. You spoke for almost 35 minutes.
Okay. So, one thing also, see. What Trump is doing right now on the global stage, if he was doing that to like African countries, people like Rational Mind would have come up here and call him a racist and all these things in the world. But if you look at the way Trump is, if you look at the way he's treating the Europeans, let me talk. If you look at the way he's
allow him to speak now. Come on.
Zita, hold on, please. I'm asking him. Did not call your continent an asshole?
Is it not?
Yeah.
Is it not? But is it not? Why is it that it's because of the person saying it? Don't we live in a shithole? What are we talking
I'm
about?
I'm
If
giving
you
you
not,
credit. You don't say it.
please,
My point is
please,
this.
my brother.
I'm giving you a fact.
Rational
I'm giving you
mind,
a fact.
rational mind, please, rational mind.
He
If
called
we
the
weren't
place.
living
Oh,
in
you
a
are here.
shithole,
Is that
all
you?
of us on this panel will not be in abroad.
I don't go dig on the
We
outside.
live in a
No.
That is
shithole.
true,
Say it the
rational
way
mind.
it
That is
is.
true.
Come on now, what are you talking about?
See, rational mind always take the
Standing politically
emotional
correct.
aspect of this
Where
topic.
is
Prince Daddy, let me add to what you said, right? Rational mind. This guy was compared, they call him Orange Man. Do you know why they call him Orange Man? Because of, or they call it orangutan. Orangutan is a kind of monkey. Do you get
That is
it?
true.
Orangutan is a kind of monkey. So it is okay to call Trump a monkey, but it's not okay to call the Obamas an
I'm
ape.
hearing that for the first time. Who
Look,
called him orangutan?
no, it's been
Who
there.
did?
I
No,
know
you
you
are
wouldn't.
hearing it
You
for the
wouldn't.
first time,
Who did?
right?
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'll show
You've
you
not heard them call him Orange
Can
Man.
people just stop this
No,
this
Orange
crap?
Man. The reason why, Madam AI, the reason why they call him Orange Man is because he was likened to orangutan, which is another type of monkey.
No. You're the one for me. You're just making that up. Nobody ever did
No,
that.
So you have
no.
never
I will
heard
send
them
you.
call
I will
him
send you. No,
Orange
hold on.
Man.
They
I will
called him
get you the
Orange Man.
picture.
Yes,
I'm
I agree.
asking
They called him
you,
Orange Man, but
I will
not they
get.
never
Hold
called him
on.
haven't you,
Hold on.
rational
Let
mind,
me give you why.
haven't
Let me
you
give
heard
you
them
Why
why.
do you
call
guys
him
do like
Orange
this?
Man?
It is
That's the
Okay.
question I want to
orangutan.
ask you.
It's okay.
They
We're all
call him
here now. We're all here.
orangutan.
Wait, please.
Guys,
Rational mind,
one voice.
rational mind. Haven't you heard them call him Orange Man?
I just said yes. I had people call him
Okay,
Orange Man. So
and you've not bothered to know what Orange Man
No,
is.
I know why they call him Orange Man. Yeah.
Why?
You've
Okay,
not
why?
bothered to know.
Why? Why? No. I'm understand why. Let's ask him. Why did they call him Orange Man?
Because he's overturned.
Really?
Yeah.
No. One man. I'm just telling you. One man. Look, let me tell you. In the past, this is what they did. They made a picture of him, an orangutan with a head of Trump. It's been there
Yeah, you go.
circulating.
Where is that? Where is that?
You
I've never
understand?
seen that. I've
Oh
never
no,
seen
just Google it. Google it.
that.
You
Come
see
on,
the
come on.
picture. It's
People are
so many pictures
people
of
are full
that.
of BS.
One man, is it my turn to speak? Has
Rational
Printer
mind.
finished?
Okay,
Rational mind.
let me wrap up. You guys
Let me
hijack
leave you with this.
my
Let me
session.
leave you with this. Prince Daddy, let me leave rational mind with this. Comparing the Obamas to ape is an insult to apes. Take that to the bank.
Okay, Joe, I won't go that far, but that's okay. I won't go that far.
You see what I'm saying? Some blacks are even they are even racist themselves. They are even racist to their own kind.
Monkeys and apes, they are beloved animals, right?
It's
You
so
know that,
baffling.
right? So I don't know what the
It is
big
very
deal is.
baffling when I hear people like you come here and talk all this crap.
You people don't
Just
go
to
kill
justify
me.
the crap you people put in the White House.
Okay. One man, is it my turn?
Let me wrap. What else is that one, man? Is that it?
Yeah, Prince Daddy still has the floor. Yes. Prince Charles inviting Tinubu, Aisha. What about the Kwara incident? Are you following that, and do you have any thoughts on it? The yet more mass slaughterings by the Fulanis this time in Kwara State.
I heard part of your read that one, man. You said, what did you say? That they were not Christians. So who were they that were pied?
No, it was a Muslim community. They were pied them because they wanted them to adhere to a strict doctrinal line of Islam, which they did not want to adhere to. So they slaughtered. It was actually an emirate. They had an emir in that place. So they went in, slaughtered all his children, his wives, etc. And then what they are saying is that they separated the males in the community and slaughtered them. We don't know what would happen to the female. Maybe they took them for.
Okay, and Kwara was known to be a Yoruba state before. So what tribe were these people that were pied? What tribe were they?
I couldn't say for certain. Probably, I couldn't say for certain.
Okay, well, of course that is sad. I mean, this is what we have to deal with all the time because of religion. Now, does it matter? So not only do they want to pie Christians, now they want to pie people that don't adhere to certain kind of Islam. See, where is this going to? So if they can do that to Islam, to fellow Muslim people, so what do you think about non-Muslims? This is the point I've been making here. That people don't want to tag it or label it like a religious thing.
Go with this rationale, this logic that you people try to brandish around. because
People don't want to make it like a religious stuff,
come on,
but it is
come on.
quite clear here.
It is. Don't give that BS of saying that because they buy their own kind, their own people, their own members. Doesn't mean that Christians are not being. See, what are you people doing? Your Remi that you people are champion, you are praising here. Did in an interview that she granted, was it Washington Post? I don't know what was that? Did she not admit that yes, there's a killing of Christian in Nigeria? What are you people talking about?
Well, Rashama, I don't know why you're attacking me. If I heard it correctly, I guess we're on the same page. That's what I'm saying. That Christians were being pied because of their religion. So when the people that were making excuses that no, it wasn't a religious thing, now shows clearly that if they can pie their fellow Muslims because they don't adhere to certain kind of Islamic religion, it's quite clear that these people are all about jihad or killing non-Muslims. It's a terrible thing, one man. I mean, so what are we doing about it? I mean, I heard that the Americans are applauding Tinubu and the administration for doing what they're supposed to do in the first place, anyways. I'm not sure why they should take any credit. They should get any credit for what they are told to do. They have the right to protect every Nigerian. Okay, I mean, this is sad that it's still going on. So it just shows that these people, they have no fear of nothing. They have zero fear of Tinubu or even the Americans until they go really drastic and go crazy on these people to the level that they themselves will know that hey, something's going on here. They're not scared. They're not afraid of nobody. It's crazy. Anyways, thanks, one man, Madam Sister, go ahead.
Oh, all right, brilliant, excellent report. I cannot disagree with anything that you just said. It's just wild. We are aghast, we are alarmed, and then by tomorrow we've forgotten about it. Not because we don't care, but because it happens with so much frequency. Within the next 2 weeks, it's almost certain that another incident will happen of a similar nature. But Zita, floor is yours. I think you're especially keen on the orange man and
I am not keen, but I was called out for it.
and the orangutans.
No, I am not keen, but I was called.
The orangutans versus the apes.
No, I was not keen, but I think I was called out on it. So if you will permit me, I will speak decisively on that thing. If you will. You see, let's face the truth. Calling somebody an animal, unfit, you are worthless, you are a joke, you are a threat to democracy. It harms a human being. That's just the truth. There is no shortcut to it. It is harmful, it is ugly, and it is wrong. Period. Now, that being said, let me go to Trump and the Obamas. You know how I talk. You see, the difference between Trump and the Obama is the mode of communication. That's just it. Trump is blunt. He drives it to the extent that a baby, a kid, doesn't need to be translated to him or her. That's why sometimes people say he's childish, because even a child will understand what he's saying. He doesn't leave room for his supporters to argue, to debate, to defend. He says it more. Take it or leave it. But the Obamas, they try to be smart. According to some people, they call it presidential, trying to be presidential. And when they speak, I don't want even to talk about his wife that goes around complaining. I don't want to talk about her. When they speak, they leave room for people to argue what they said, debate what they said, or maybe make defenses for them. That's just the difference. But woman, let me tell you the truth. You see, these three people, they've been on each other's neck, trying to demean your fellow human being, humiliate him, and trying to be smart about it, that you are trying to attack his policies. It's actually wrong. It is ugly and it's harmful.
What is wrong about attacking people's policies?
Hold on,
What
please.
is wrong
Can
about
I
it?
speak?
No,
Can I
I'm only
speak?
challenging you what you just said.
Please, can I speak? You
Come on,
spoke
come on.
for 35 minutes.
No,
Nobody
would
interjected
you
you.
stop this?
Can I speak,
Who asked you not
please?
to speak?
When I
Then you
finish, you can
interject me.
ask me questions
I'm
so
asking you a
that I
question.
don't
You
lose my
just went off
thought.
tangent saying that because I spoke for
Please,
35
can I
minutes.
finish? When I finish, you can ask me your
Okay,
question
okay.
and
That's
you
what
can
you're supposed
interject
to have
me.
said. All right, go on.
Please, let me finish. You call somebody a threat to democracy. That's a very heavy word. He almost got killed because he was called a threat to democracy. That's a monster. That's a dictator. That's a monster. But you put it in a very nice way that people can make arguments about it. That's not what he means. He means that his policies, he means that the way he behaves, but that word, threat to democracy, is heavy, is ugly, is harmful. So that's just the difference. Another Obamas do what I call coded cruelty. And this one does what I call blunt cruelty. Period. For somebody like me, I understand both of them. And I am not making excuses for any of them. Three of them should deal with it. Period. They should deal with it. Now, I know one man that if you are a black man, that you went for an interview, fought through your interview and got a job. And when you walked into that office, the person to hand over to you is a white man. And they said, hand over to you. The white man hurriedly walked away, went to his new job. I know as a black person, you will say he's a racist. Yeah, that's what you will say. You don't need to give me an answer. You're going to call him a racist because you're black. That's why he behaved like that. You see, one thing about what is happening to Trump is actually a kind of media projection. But the ridiculous thing about it is that he doesn't care. They put out they put out everything he says, everything he does. But some people, they don't. When Trump won the election in 2016, he has not even forgiven Obama anyway for all the Russian holes he made his first presidency very chaotic. I don't think he has forgiven him. He finds any way, anyhow to get at him. That's just the truth. Anyway, when he won the presidency, the wife, Minana, ran to complaining Michelle to hand over, teach him how to behave because he has never been there before. He has never even been close to something like White House in a lifetime. The guy, the lady walked out. He didn't hand over to him, to her. And she went in there and was making mistakes. And they were mocking her. If it is turned the other way around, you people would have called me now a racist. But it is what it is. Woman, let me say this. The word racist is a heavy word and it's ugly. It's a word that should go with consequences. But the way this word is being used these days, more especially by the black people, make it light and make it beautiful. Everything is not all about racism. Everything is not all about slavery. Everything thing is not all about colonization. But if you keep hammering it that way, you make it beautiful and you make it lightweight. It doesn't carry any consequences. I won't be surprised, honestly, sincerely speaking, if at the end of the day, this guy still has the boat houses. I won't be surprised. Because things like this has been made lightweight. And it has been made beautiful because it's been jingled at everything. Now, let me say this. For those who keep listening to media and make things out from it and come to run their mouth for any reason I don't know. This was a man who came out in 2016. People believe he will never win that election because of what the media said about him. They called him all manner of names, unprintable. In fact, Donald Trump is the most dehumanized president in the United States. I
By
won't be
far.
surprised if he's trying to get back at anybody at any time. I don't
By
care.
far.
I don't care. So that is one. Secondly, he won that election. They didn't stop there. The media put camera on him at everything. They turn everything round and round and round. And they end up tagging him the most hated American president. And people believed it. He came for a second time. Yes, he did not win, but he got extra 12 million votes. That is not a sign of somebody who is being hated. He left office 4 years after he came back and run them over. And still, people still call him a joke. 3 days ago, somebody came to your platform and said his words should be trashed in the gutters. And somebody is still saying he's still unfit. It is a regret to vote him. But let me say this. If he's not going to run for an election again. But let me say this in your platform, one man. In future, mark it down. If there be any presidential candidate that shows signs of Donald Trump, he's gonna win that election. You can believe any lie. There is every tendency that Americans will vote a Donald Trump again and again and again. Deal with it. Then let me come back low. This is a man you people call a liar. This is a man you said his words should not be believed, should be trashed in the toilet. So why is this making news? We shouldn't be discussing it because that thing he put out there is a lie and his words should not be taken seriously. He is a joke of a human being. So why are people reacting? This is a man you people have called racist. Some African Americans, some black people in the United States, if you ask them why they don't vote Donald Trump, the first word they use is racist. So when they were saying he's a racist, they were not too sure. So now that he put out this, they are sure. So why are they making YouTube videos, whining and complaining for a man you have tagged racist, and he brought out something you call racism, and you are complaining? Come on now, you people are the one confusing everything. Deal with it. This is a man that Obama goes around saying he's a threat to a democracy. What does that simply mean? He put it that way, people make argument and make excuses for it.
And
But
his
you are
narcissist.
calling a human being, let me finish, please. You are calling a human being a threat to democracy. That's ugly. That's heavy. He's going to destroy your life, and you almost got killed twice. This man's life and the life of his family are being haunted because of the unprintable names he's being called. So what is all this madness all about? You guys should deal with it too. You see Obama, you see his wife, that goes about complaining about everything and anything and everything. And Trump, three of them should deal with the situation. Come on now. They should deal with the situation. Why are people ranting? You tagged him a racist, a misogynist. You called him Hitler. And then he put out something. You are reacting. Just confirmed. Let it go. Deal with it. Any question? Rubbish. Any question?
Any questions? So, I think Joel actually sent in this image. So I think Joel was explaining that I think he's trying to use it to justify the Trump something. These are caricatures from a comedy that Joel is trying to use as justification, quoting Bill Maher and all these kind of people. So
And
Bill Maher.
if you look at it very well, you see the one that has eBay on it. There is a book on it. So one man, look, we can say anything we want to say.
But these
I
people are
believe.
not presidents now. These
I
these are
don't care. I don't
comedians. They
care.
are
I don't
they are
care who they are.
comedians.
I don't care.
One man, I don't care who they are.
Obama
They
called
are
him a
part.
threat to democracy. I don't
Bill,
care.
Bill Maher is a top liberal dude. And it's not just only him. Immediately he posted this in most of these liberal minds. That is what they use. Orange man, this, So let it be. If we want to be fair, let us be fair. If we don't want the smoke, don't get into the kitchen. Let us stop this hypocrisy, this idea of being too emotional. Continue, Madam Zeta, when I come to my now talk.
This is a case of two modes of communication. That's the way I see it. It's just two ways of communication. The Obamas, they communicate perfectly according to you people. They try to mesmerize your name. They try not to use that rude word the way it should be used. They make it quoted. Do you people have an idea what it means to call somebody a threat to democracy? Come on now.
No, that's just political language
No,
now. It's a leap.
But he
It's a
almost
leap
got him killed.
It's a leap
He
from that
almost got him killed.
No, that wasn't what nearly got him killed.
What got him killed? You didn't listen to the boys his chats.
The first thing is I don't even believe that it was shot. I think that was just some contrived
Okay, you
nonsense.
see now. You see,
I
but if
think
it
that
is
was just
Obama that they wired that, you will believe he was shot. Come on now. We should stop all this, please. We should stop it. I'm not buying it. We should stop. Look, you people have made racism so light and so beautiful.
I think
That word is an ugly word.
I think it's actually you and Joel and Prince
No,
that
no.
are making racism light.
Everything.
Somebody actually puts a black family's face on a monkey, and you are saying it's justified.
Yes, the former president of Canada, Prime Minister of Canada, had a black face. He won a second election. By the way, one man for your information, America and Canada is not a black nation. They give you Britain is not a black nation. They give you opportunity to rule their continent. It's an opportunity. So deal with it. If you don't like it, go to your nation. Period.
All right. Let's go to Joel. We may cap it after Joel. So Joel, floor is yours. I think you came in especially for Trump. We're talking Aisha forming alliances with Atiku as well, and Obasanjo's daughter wanting to be governor of Ogun State under APC.
Thank you, one man. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be listening from, Joel of Nashville. One man, let me start with the Aisha because I think I will end with the Trump thing. Aisha meeting Atiku as Fulani Recalibrate. I don't know the reason why the meeting is going on, but I think it should be well known on this show that it is the turn of the South. And when it comes to the South, it is Obi local. It is Obi's turn. We are not asking for it. We are not begging for it. We are telling you that is what we want. There is nothing wrong with Obilokon. So Atiku, whatever thing they are doing is to support a southern candidate, then that is nice. If they decide to support a candidate that is not popular, like Peter Obi, then they're saying bye-bye to their political career. Because I believe if Tinubu stays there for 4 more years, it will be bye-bye to Atiku. We will not have the likes of Tambawa and all these guys, patching around. Probably we'll now start having some new crops of leaders from the north. So they should tread carefully. They should tread carefully. I don't know what the meeting is all about. I don't think they gave any communique at the end. But whatever it is, I hope they are gearing towards supporting the right candidates. And that right candidate is Peter Obi. Moving on to the next one. Obasanjo's daughter wanting to be the governor of Ogun State. He says under APC. Woman. Is anybody hearing me?
Yes, under APC, I was trying to myself. And was,
so under Tinubu's party, is that what it is?
Yeah, so I was speculating that would Obasanjo now campaign for his daughter or campaign for the ADC candidate. How would that play out? And also, Prince Charles is inviting Tinubu to UK for a state visit. So the first president in 37 years to be invited.
Okay, so let me finish up with the Iyabo. I guess it's Iyabo, right? Maybe it's Iyabo. I guess it should be Iyabo.
It is Iyabo, yes.
Iyabo. Okay. It's her right to contest under any platform she wants to. It's her right. For me, it is left for the people of Ogun State to choose who their leader is going to be. I don't know how well. I'm not from Ogun State, so I'm not going to shit on Dabo. On Dabo's what do you call it now? On his tenure. I don't know how well he performed in Ogun State, which may necessitate something new or somebody that comes from him. Whatever the case may be, the people of Ogun State will decide who leads them. And if Iyabo happens to be that person, so be it. On the issue of Prince Charles and inviting Tinubu, what's the significance? What are we getting from it? Tinubu has been gallivanting the world. He's been gallivanting the world since he came into power. What have he shown for it? 34 billion wasted. Now you're going to add another 1 billion when he goes to these visits, right? To what extent? And you were talking about endorsement. Endorsement about what? Prince Charles is not the one that's going to run our economy. It's not the one to run our government.
Are you demoting the King of England?
Who is he? Who is Prince Charles?
Is King Charles.
I don't care. I don't care.
Not Prince Charles, King Charles.
King, whether it's king or prince or princess, I think it's
the second.
I don't care. It doesn't make any sense to me. He can. I mean, I've always seen the Britain like the French, even though they're a bit better. But what have they done for Africa, if not exploitation? So what is the state visit all about? Europe has been trying of late to grab what they can grab because their economy is falling. You can see Italy, what is going on in Italy, what's going on in France. All right. So if we as Africans can, reject these people, I mean, we trade with them, but not them having the kind of clause they have in our pockets. I think we shall start having better deals from them. Because we now have the yam and we know we cannot cut it the way we want it. But more than that, it's us having good governance within us. So that, traveling to these places, will be a thing of choice and not a means to run away from poverty. So I don't see the visit as anything tangible except for the optics. Will it change anything regarding 2027 election? Not. It's not going to change. Just like the chief Agboro of the Southeast, Obi Kubana, it's not going to change. It's not going to change nothing when it comes to the votes, getting votes for Tinubu in the Southeast. Like I've always said, from the first day Tinubu won the governors, I told you on this show, I said, one man, Tinubu should stop relying on these eggheads with no political value and deal with the people directly. One man, I said it on your show. I said, if I were Tinubu, you see this money that I gave to the states? Nah. I will do a focused investment on the people. Let them know I am the one doing it. Let them know that I am the one doing it. All this money he gave to the state, how many of them are performing? I said on this show one man, you say it's not going to be constitutional. What? Man, damn that constitution. We have a rubber stamp Senate president. Whatever your wishes are, they will grant it. Deal with the people directly. Forget all these eggheads. They are just there to take your money. I hope it works for him. But going to meet Prince Charles, going to meet Tinubu's wife, going to church programs in the US and all that, it's not going to help his cause. One man, you have 30 state governors, and you are still looking for other people to buy. Does that not tell you anything? You left the most important people to be curried, to go and get all these leaders that you know that in some of the state that the people of the state hates them. So it's not just by bringing the governors to your side. And that's the reason why we are calling for transmission of results from the polling units, so that we are going to see the war at the polling units, not at the collection center. So if I were Tinubu, I will leave all this gallivanting around and focus on the people. If the people are happy, it does not matter how many governors you have, they will go for you. And when I made that point here, people like Enigmatic was talking trash. They were just being loquacious for nothing. Today, it is that same people that you are going to bribe to get inflation people so that they can move people from one place to the other. It's not going to work. All our prayers is let us get result transmission from the polling booths to iReview portal, so that all of us here, we can see this result in real time. If there's a delay in posting, there's no problem. We wait. Is it not network? You get to a place that has network and it will upload. So that we can start dealing with these leaders, ineffective leaders, the way we feel like. It does not matter if you're APC or PDP or ADC, whoever you are. The bottom line is you must perform. You must perform. If you do not perform, we will boot you out. Let the power of bringing people into power be resided in the people, not in the collation center. Because that is where the likes of Wike, when they say, oh, they are master riggers, that is where they rig, that is where they do the rigging, at the collation center. So we have to dismantle that collation center and make it a collation center after the fact. After they've gotten the result, they are just there to calibrate the number, because if they change the number at that time, then we know where to get them. It has nothing to do with courts. We will settle it there and then. So one man, Tinubu should stop gallivanting around. Work for the people. If the people are happy, they will vote you in. But at this stage in our lives, I think Nigerians has woken up. They've woken up. We cannot continue. If you want to stay in power, work for the people. If you don't want to work for the people, get out. Lastly, the issue of Trump. I'm not going to go about what Madam Zita said about it. I think she was on point. But to add to what she was saying, the idea of calling him a narcissist, a threat to democracy, they compared him to Hitler. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. These are the reasons why that man's life was being threatened. That was the reason why that man was shot at, because people were seeing him as an end to democracy. People were seeing him as something next to Hitler. We are now 1 year into Trump's presidency. The people that deported themselves are those that deported themselves willingly. People that said they were not going to leave under Trump. The likes of the crooked Ellen DeGeneres, and now she's back. So can she tell the world that he is not that narcissist?
Yeah, that's what they call extreme hatred. And nobody
Can
is
you say
talking
that?
about that.
And I'm waiting for the likes of Rosie O'Donnell, right? I'm waiting for the likes of all of them, because they will come back home. Has Trump killed anybody as a narcissist? Do we have any gas chambers in the United States? What that man has done since he came into power was to make America rich. And those of them who have keyed into that have started making money. He's talking about tariff. People are saying tariff. The same Democrats who, in their own time in power, hardly make money for the country. Everything these guys are doing is social services. Give. You cannot pay your way through everything. Today, you see some of the Black Americans say, okay, reparation. And I have told them, they give you guys 300,000 each. In 1 year, you'll be back. You know why? Because you don't know what money is. You have a country where provides you with the opportunity. Go and better yourself. Better yourself, damn it.
They will come back and tell you that the money was not enough. It was
In my own, even in the science classes, one man. Let me tell you what is going on here. This is a place where they will tell you mathematics is racist. Maybe rational man have not had that before. Voters ID, to have a voters ID is racist. But you need an ID to go buy beer. You need an ID to register for certain things. That is not called racism. But to have an ID, a voter's ID to vote, is racism.
Even to show your ID is racism.
It's racism. You know why? Because they brought in these people from the border, the illegals from the border, right? So during elections, they manufacture IDs for them locally, because you can get your normal ID cards. But your voter's ID, you can also get it locally. Now, Trump is trying to nationalize it. That way, only people that are citizens will have national IDs, we have voters' IDs. They say it's racism. Why is it racism? It is racism because that is the way they rig the elections. So one man, let them leave Trump alone. He still have 3 years to go. They can't stop it. They should deal with it. And looking at what Obama did in Africa during his time, what did Obama sell us in Africa? LGBTQ, of which Kenyatta shut him down. When Trump came in, we saw we had a lease of life. Kamala came in and Biden, and we start seeing the uprise of that ideology in Africa when they donated about $60 million to that group in Ghana. They tried to push their ideologies on us. Remember, that was the reason why they pushed Jonathan out, because Jonathan signed a 14-year imprisonment for LGBTQ. Should that define us as a nation? Today, Trump is coming and saying, you have insecurity issue, I'll help you solve insecurity. Is that not a better deal? But our people are so daft. They are so behind in thinking. When they come here, they want to be hurt. They want to be victims so badly. I've never seen a group of people wanting to be victims. They want to be victims. Why? They want to. Our people are so smart, especially our women too.
Black people think the world owes them something.
All the time, it is something. It is something. This person, if somebody say, bring your ID, it's a problem. If the policeman stops you, it's a problem. Everything is seen from the prism of racism. And that is what the Democratic Party has sold to the black community. And they come up with this thing every 4 years. They come and talk racism. Take away racism from the talking point. These guys are empty. That's the reason why when you go to their cities, it is always like they have nothing going on. Because they were not bred to lead. Most of them. They're only bred to be activists. Exploitative activism. They exploit their people, the emotions of their people, because they are very emotional people. And when they get into power, they enrich themselves. They go there, what about 200,000 like Jackson Crockett? Today she's worth about $8 million. Nobody's asking questions. Corruption in blue states. Yet their people suffer the most. Every month they give them stipends. They should leave Trump alone. Trump has done very well for the United States. And I think comparing the Obamas to ape was an insult to apes, considering what they've done in Africa and what they did when they were in power. Thank you very much, one man, and may God bless you all.
All right, brilliant. Excellently posed. Apologies to Remy and War Peace, but I think I'm going to have to shut it down now. I don't have a second host, and it's way past my bedtime, so I need to go and get some sleep. So, Remy, the floor is yours, but I'll acknowledge the super tatas, which is Lato Rich and Peace Forever. So that's Lato Rich and Peace Forever. So Remy, I may shut it down just in the course of you speaking, but carry on. The floor is yours.
Okay. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. So sorry,
okay,
but
it's
5 a.m. here, and there's
no
alarm.
I'll just 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. Actually, okay. I don't know the first about the electoral people are complaining about. The electoral act of 2022 is a super electoral act that guided the Nigerian election. And in every election all over the world, first you must do physical voting, and then the physical counting, in which every political party agent will be there to get their own copy. And then the presiding officer can now upload on the iRive. I don't see any big deal about this thing at all. What changes do you want? Where are they doing it? We are not doing electronic voting in Nigeria. We are doing what we call manual voting. And if it's a manual voting, It must be counted. Even in the greater democracy like India and the rest, they do manual voting and it's being counted. And when it's being counted, and then later they put it on the portal. So if it's not going, and what do you mean by real-time transmission like that? If it's real-time, that means you are canvassing for electronic voting. And it's totally different from what we are voting in Nigeria. So people must understand the Electoral Act. That is as simple as ABC. And I don't see any reason why they should change it.
Simba. No, please. You're wrong on all fronts. No, you're not going to. You're not going to push that agenda. You're not going to push that agenda. What we are saying is transmission of results from polling booths to the IREP portal. No, educate the public. Educate the public. No, educate the public rights. We are calling for the transmission of results from the polling booth to the IREP portal, where we can see it. There's going to be collation, but let us see whatever we posted or we voted in the IREP portal before they do the collation. That is what we are talking about. So don't mislead the public.
Why are you obstructing my own?
Don't mislead the public.
Can't you keep quiet for a while? When you are talking for more than 45 minutes, nobody disturb you.
It doesn't matter. What I'm telling is that if you speak like, we're going to interject.
In peace, I beg you. Can't you keep quiet so that the guy can shut it down? The election in Nigeria is very good. When people are voting, after the voting, all the political party, they have their own copy. The policemen have their own copy. The TSS have their own copy. INEC have copy. Stand by. People that were standing there, that were seeing them counting the vote, they can also take the photo of the man of the result sheet before even putting it on the IRF. So what are we talking here? So we have layers of people that are there, and of course the political agents that are there also have to sign to the result sheet. So why are we disturbing ourselves about electronic voting? And I said earlier before, it's not electronic voting. It is manual voting, physical voting, and physical counting. It's after they count it that everybody can see the people around in the polling unit, and then they will not put it on the IRF. So people that are shouting electronic voting or blah, 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 that maybe they don't know what they're talking about. Maybe they never read the Electoral Act. So one man, I will stop here so that you can go ahead and shut it down. Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, all right, thank you. Sorry, Remy, it's just no second note. If anybody wants to come in, the conversation often still carries on in the background. So if anybody wants to come in, you can just come in and be part of the inner caucus in the back end. Because Remy always has a lot to say, and I don't think Remy is done yet. So we'll carry on the conversation still in the back end. But the super tatas, as I've said, it was a lot of reach and peace forever. So thank you to those two. More people should be super tatas. That should be the case. But more people should be liking and subscribing. If you have not already subscribed, please do that. And if you have not clicked on the like button, please do that. Like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow.